God, if that broke, I would have been very upset. My, my light's are the wrong color. It's just blue. There we go. That's better. All right. Is this going to be quiet enough?
Title, Fae Killers. That's crazy. I wonder if we're going to be Fae Killers, or if it's because of the Fae Killers that killed Cora. Guess we'll find out.
Nah, we won't know, actually. That's not happening this episode. You guys told me.
True, we
So
are
whenever I
doing the
title
episode.
it. Yeah.
So we can't have anything to do with Fae or Killers. Bye, guys.
Yes.
I'm not in this episode.
I'm
Feels bad, man.
so all over the place.
Yes, you are.
Look. That's a side effect of chronic illness, okay?
Yeah, I know.
It's fine. Now I've got my... Now my notes are here. Okay. Alright. Got no announcements, because, never have announcements. Except sometimes back when Casey played where I'd announced that she was going to die this session. And I think both the times she died, I did announce it at the start of the session, so...
Well, you announced at the start of almost every session, so it was going to overlap eventually.
Well, I only did it when she was stirring shit. Which unfortunately
So
was all the time. Yes. Okay, so...
Taking this and sending it to Casey.
Was she gonna disagree?
No, I'm not actually. I'm too lazy to do that.
Okay, fair enough. That does take you all of 5 minutes, so...
Exactly.
Okay, so... Last time on Dragon Ball Z, you met with Mina Taliesin in her estate in the dining room. Thanks for the follow. You got access
Too bad they got
to...
immediately banned.
Yeah, it does look like a bot, doesn't it? That's unfortunate.
Oh, for sure. See, I ban them and then I report them.
Yeah.
And then I get the little thing saying, thanks for reporting them.
Yep. I did not read the chat. I saw there was a chat message and a follow, and I'm just like... Also, as far as I'm aware, at least, so the accounts that just are a bot, they'd follow fucking everybody, right? And then there's other people who are like, hey, and they do the follow to get get you to pay attention to them, and then they unfollow you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been directly blocked. They're reported.
And I know that because one of the times previously, my follow account went up by one, and then went back down. Like, interesting.
Yeah, although just banned.
So, you discussed your plans for the potential assassination or removal of Korra, trying to intercept the carriage that was going to be taking her, essentially doing an extradition back to the Burek Empire. You had a couple of options. One which was the plan that was already laid forward for you, which is follow up until they made camp, make contact essentially with the person on the inside of the carriage. It's a person who's a magically, actually capable of using magic, is masquerading as just a normal carriage driver, someone who's capable of just tending to horses. And they were going to essentially disable the security for you and allow you to take Korra away. Fearing that this may not work, you had Mina Taliesin convert a ruby into 10 doses of torpor, the ingestible poison that causes unconsciousness. You also had a private discussion, except away from Mina Taliesin, which to catch up Ilza on basically everything up until this point. So, because it's the first time all of you have had this big downtime, you've had this opportunity to just sit down and just be like, hey, you're with us at the moment, you're traveling with another group. Here's all the information. You keep going, what the hell's going on? Here's basically a big, like, this is stuff you've missed. So talking about why you came to Castle in the first place, and like possibly making Mina Taliesin the ruler of Stoya, working with Catalina Dimitrescu. Is it Dimitrescu? Wait, no, hang on.
Volpesque.
Volpesque. Dimitrescu is the fucking Resident Evil.
Yeah, it is. Wonder
big
what's on
lady.
your mind.
Shut up!
To be fair, she lives in a lot of people's minds rent-free.
I get that it's the name. I actually really like that name. You also talked about the presence of Twisted Lily and what it does, and you, Ilza, talked about the fact that there's the drug going around the city. It kind of like causes the, not so much brain fog, but more, that's like a state of nothingness.
Tabula rasa.
Is that the term for it?
Well, technically that means blank slate, but I don't know if it means it in that context.
You just randomly, you're like, bam, here's a bit of knowledge.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I was like, I don't know if you're doing that or just saying something randomly. Ilda, you left a note for Ragnar Khan.
Of course I
and
did.
the coachman is Molan. You'll give the description of an elderly man, grey and thinning hair, bit of a larger belly. Very much somebody who seems to be sitting down all the time for their work. But because they do handle horses and things, like they do, like their legs are quite built and their arms are quite built. It's just that they spend a lot of time not doing cardio specifically. They've got the musculature to do things, but they eat well and sit a lot. Annalisa, when she used primeval awareness at the entrance to Castle, you detected Fae and none of the other creature types within a while. I think you did the full distance. No, you didn't do the full distance. I think you only did the 1 mile at the entrance.
Yes.
Then, with the horses that had been provided for you, began trailing the incredibly weighted cart with the guard escort. The cart itself travelled quite slowly through the kind of like winding and long road. It's not exactly like the most well-maintained thing, but there's enough people on this that you're not alone. You saw that the coachman was somebody matching Molan's description. And you did spend some time during your travel trying to obscure your intentions, trying to make sure that because the guards did notice you, and after probably about half a day, you'd see that they definitely clocked that you're probably the same group that's been behind them at this same pace, which is odd, because they're traveling much slower than pretty much anyone else's pace, especially on horseback. So you slowed down, and you relied on your tracking abilities to find where the cart would come off the road itself, and make camp for the night. You then proceeded to find the place that they made camp, come to this clearing in the forest, and then while in amongst the trees, split yourselves up and try to come up with a plan to possibly poison the food that's being made in the middle, or like avoid the traps, things that you saw. There was an alarm spell, but you also saw that Molan had disabled it, removing one of the ribbon bells from one of the trees in the encirclement. You had Annalisa make a moose call, trying to get the guards to be a bit distracted, get some people possibly to like leave the encampment, like thin the guards out. One of the guards, with absolute certainty, believed that that was in fact a moose, and managed to calm the rest of them down. It's just an animal, just wildlife. And eventually made contact with Molan, who then went and disabled the anti-magic field that there was in this area, centered on the the carriage. And also activated a magic item, which seemed to incapacitate the guards. You then took the carriage off and drove it to a nearby clearing. You also saw somebody as you were leaving. As far as you could tell, this is what you were told about by Molan, that once you'd moved the cart, they would do essentially a handoff and replace the cart that has her in it with one that has either a stand-in or a or nobody in it entirely. Once you had your carriage, and you were checked that you guys were alone, Einari opened it. Once you opened the carriage, you were greeted by a completely mutilated and more of half of a body remaining. Blood pooling at the bottom, spilt out onto Misha's shoes, onto her boots. The being inside had been completely almost like spread eagle, but not laying on the ground. The flesh on the ends of their arms, the ends of their legs had kind of been fused with the corners of the carriage and made a large X shape across the center of the thing. Bits of their body had been spread across this entire room, small room that she would have been locked in. Her eyes were missing. It looked like something had either gouged them out or just crushed them into nothingness. Her jaw hanging slack like something had hit it and broke it. Teeth were missing. And barely any of the features of this being were recognizable. Einari did manage to identify this correctly as Cora. The little bits of hair that remained matched the hair color that you were looking for. The rough build matched what build you were looking for. Some of the body shape stuff still matched a lot of what you're after. So you ended last session here. Einari realizing that this is the person that you were sent to kill. Or at least dispose of in some other way. And now you're here. You're in a clearing. It's not as big as the other one that you were in with the guards were in. This is probably, if I remember correctly, I think it's only 20 feet across instead of the 60 feet the other one was.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I used my scan the perimeter before we opened the door, so I know there's nothing
maybe this one was
invisible or
60.
hiding.
Actually, it's possible this one was 60 and the other one was 120. Anyway, sorry, I think that may have been
This
the case.
one
I
was
think
smaller.
This one was smaller. I think it was basically exactly 60 because you scanned the perimeter. I remember scanning the perimeter kind of matching the thing.
Cool.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see anyone invisible or hiding within the area, so whoever did this is long gone.
Yeah. Is Cora dead?
We don't hear
It's
a
hard.
heartbeat or anything.
It's hard to imagine anyone surviving this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to be sure, from a distance, it looks dead.
Oh, I'm getting in. I don't care. I'm gonna
Okay.
go check.
So just so you know, there is no way to avoid getting if you're getting into this carriage, there is no way to avoid getting blood on your hands and whatever that the innards that are
That's
spread
fine. I've
across
got
everything.
so many changes of clothes.
Okay. All right, Elsa, you hop yourself in, and as you do so, some of the blood has begun to congeal. So like as you do so, like it kind of like you get it in between your fingers and it sticks as you like lift yourself up and kind of like pull your hand off of it. And the rest of you can hear as she kind of like steps closer towards the body. It's probably about 5 or 6 feet in. You can hear your boots just like it's the. Yeah, it's ever been to it be into like the bars and things that have the sticky wooden floors?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
but worse. Significantly worse.
Yeah.
It's similar to that sound, but it's more wet. And you can see bits and pieces of the blood and other parts of entrails and stuff are sticking to the boot and kind of like clinging to it before they like the feet come back down to the ground. It sticks back into the blood.
Yeah. Well, that also just lets us know so that this isn't that recent either, because the blood's already congealing to this point.
I would say with your experience, you would know this. Yes.
Yeah.
That typically blood, blood is kind of sticky inherently.
Yes.
But in this amount and stuff, there'd be enough water content that it wouldn't be this bad this quickly.
Yeah. This is.
In fact, you would expect this would be taking. You know what? This I would say would be a medicine check with advantage because of your history. This kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, guys, don't worry about it.
yes.
No history in this.
Yes, the performer
Oh, so that's
with
a
the
nat,
history.
nat 20 and a 4.
Jesus
I'll take the
Christ.
nat 20.
Right,
Jesus,
okay.
that's how we're starting the night. Inari, you get
hell
inspiration.
yeah.
You're the only one who
Ding,
doesn't have 3.
ding.
We're rolling 3.
Hell
God.
yeah.
That's really funny.
You're stepping in as with absolute confidence. You're just like, this would have been done probably immediately after the carriage exited Castellor.
I've gotta let the guys know. I'm like, guys, this blood's been here a while. By a while, I mean like all day.
Oh,
Like, maybe just after they left the city, kind of all day.
yeah, in unison, both of Ainari's bodies curse in Valakan. Well, that would explain why there's nothing around here. Being gone. Wait, Annalise, you said you picked up something when we left the city?
Yeah, at the gates, I picked up the presence of Fae.
That's
Pretty
weird.
sure that was the only thing I actually ended up seeing.
Yep, in unison, just have both bodies doing the whole like holding the nose and a headache thing. Just
Right. Well, maybe we can ask Mina or Ragnar when we get back. They use Fae as like familiars and shit, right?
I imagine someone in the city would, but
You have not seen Mina or Ragnar with a familiar.
they would.
Generalized knowledge.
They might
right?
know. Yeah, they might know someone with.
You,
Fae-
like
with Fae
they
knowledge.
would. You are correct. They would know of it. You've just never
Yeah.
seen them with their own ones. You're unsure if they would have.
They would know
specialized
where to
knowledge
point
of
us.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you'd probably know that, but you might have to be pointed to somebody rather than just them.
Yeah. An expert on the Fae. Gotta find one.
But- Wait a second. I'm gonna use scan the perimeter once more.
Okay. Eyes
Kinda
turn
like-
draconic.
Yeah.
Begin like flicking your head around, trying to see if there's anything hidden and visible. There's nothing. It's just you.
Okay. Well, they weren't. Because the question is that carriage had an anti-magic field on it, so how the fuck did they get in? I thought
Well,
perhaps
that's if it
perhaps
was
they were
turned
still in
on.
the carriage. I thought perhaps they might still be in the carriage and were sneaking away, but no.
If it is Fae, then I know they can be tricky.
I would. Wait. This would be. Only Annalisa can make this check, actually. Can you make an Arcana check, please?
Ooh.
Ooh. Only Annalise. She is
You're such a special snowflake.
Oh yeah, because you have nature magic, eh?
Yes, she has.
Unfortunately, I'm dumb as rocks.
You have 3 inspiration, buddy.
Yeah, I'll use 1. Sure.
Okay.
I don't think I've
Next
ever
up.
actually. Have I ever rolled higher in an inspiration? Let's see. Nope. The answer is no.
On an exploration, that's crazy.
Oh god.
Yeah, Annalisa, you try to, like... You're obviously not as familiar with magic as Astarion would be, but you do use spells. So you kind of try and think of ways like that somehow like how could you thwart an anti-magic field, and you can't think of anything at the moment. You might have to ask somebody who knows more.
With an anti-magic field.
Yes, that's it, exactly.
Exactly. I know. So is this bitch still alive? I'm checking.
Okay, so you're actually getting into... So now that you're in the carriage and you've been talking, once you stop talking and begin like getting a bit close, are you approaching quickly, carefully?
I'm just approaching, like, languidly. Just there. Kind of, whatever.
Why have you got to use the word languidly?
Why? It's a good word.
Yeah. Now I've got to think, what does languidly mean?
Slowly and with
In
little
this-
energy, often in an attractive way.
Oh, yeah. Just
but that's
that's
sort of-
her natural. That's her
Yeah,
natural.
but I'm just thinking of just like in context of what I'm trying to. There's a reason I asked you, so now I'm trying to be
It's
like,
just
okay.
how she. This is
what
just
that?
how she walks. She's just
She
walking.
walks
normal.
up to the mangled corpse, swaying her hips seductively.
Yes, always.
Well,
Hell yeah.
that's
This
all.
is
You're
what
always ready
gets
to
her-
move.
No. Yes, but that's just how she walks normally. She's just walking at a normal pace. She's not quickly, not slowly, just normal.
Okay, you take a
Putting
few
the ass
steps
in
up,
assassin. Okay.
just like the squish of the blood underneath your boots. You kind of like, you go to like, just be like, I'll probably just try and like brush my hands off maybe on some of the clothes and things, and then just go like, if I'm going to touch anything, it's just going to get covered in blood anyway, so you just kind of think twice, go close to the body. Now that it's quiet, you're no longer walking, and no one's speaking. You reach out, begin to inspect the body. Is there something you want to inspect?
I mean, let's see if she's breathing. So
Okay.
I'm like holding my hand under her nose and near her mouth.
Hold your hand up, and you pay attention to the chest. There's no movement. You don't feel
Okay.
anything on your hands.
I'm gonna go to feel for her pulse then.
You reach out towards, I assume, the neck that you're checking for the pulse.
Yep. Underneath the
And
jaw.
before your hand even touches, you now very faintly realize you can hear just... It's almost like somebody gently tapping on a hollow piece of wood. Just twice. Semi-regularly. Probably about a second in between each one. Not between each pair.
Is it coming from anywhere in particular, like the chest?
It's like a thump thump.
Or...
Make a perception check.
Oh, fuck, I'm not good at these. Okay. 16? 15 and plus 1? 16? Not bad.
Well, your initial reaction is... Could be a heartbeat. I'm not quite like, it's weird that you can hear... Like, you're this close. That's got to be a pretty loud heartbeat to be able to hear it.
Yeah, I
So,
wouldn't assume so.
Kind
But...
of like... Well, it's more like... It does sound like a heartbeat. So it's like...
Yeah.
Well, first place to check where a heart's supposed to be. Reach down, put your ear to it. It's definitely not where the sound is coming from.
Is it coming from the body?
It's not coming
At
from
all?
the body at all.
Where is it coming from? If there's a
Uh,
bomb on this card, I swear to God.
Annalisa and Einari.
Mm-hmm.
Now that everything's quiet and Ilza's kind of like leaning in, everything is quiet. The two of you, with your passive perceptions, hear the same sound.
Did you guys hear that tapping?
Yeah.
If this is a bomb, I swear to God.
When I say tapping, I am describing essentially a very quiet heartbeat. It is a thump.
Where is it coming from?
You're not sure?
Guys, can you show me where that's
Can we
coming from?
phone in on this?
The two of you make perception checks. Ilza, it seems to be sourceless from where you're standing.
Okay,
Okay, I can use the Draconic Help on this one.
please.
Just a 26.
Okay. That's... Okay, so using the Draconic Help from the medallion, that is 19 plus 10 plus 2.
Alright, well, I mean, we can't all be, you know,
26
happy
to
with my
31.
measly
Yeah.
26.
Okay. It's coming from the direction of the carriage.
Fuck, is she still alive?
Turned into a homunculus or
going-
something trapped under the
I'm
carriage.
Literally.
I'm
Checking.
going to go into the carriage and
Wait, Annalisa.
Because Annalisa, you were like over at the edge of the clearing previously. So I'd say it's like even with your passive perception, you're actually hearing this that far away.
and it seems to be coming from the carriage.
It does sound like a heartbeat. When you get
And
closer,
when
it gets louder.
to the okay, cool.
Before you get in, maybe check under the cart or on top of the
Yeah.
cart, because I'm in the
Yeah.
cart.
Yep, Ainari with like
Okay, I'll
two sets of eyes and ears will be doing that.
I'll check. Yeah, I'll check like the cart itself. So like around the cart, under the cart.
Okay.
Maybe
So
wheels.
the three of your sets of eyes and ears, like moving around the cart, looking different places. As you get closer to the cart, it does get a little bit louder. But you see nothing on the outside.
Does it sound like it's coming from inside the cart?
The call is coming from inside the house. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It does sound like it's coming from inside the cart, yes.
Who has the drift globe?
I do.
Do you wanna light that up?
You are currently in darkness. This is all night. You're using darkness.
Yeah, I'm asking this in character as well.
Yeah.
Hey, you wanna light that up?
Oh yeah, sure. No problem. I speak the command word. Zah.
Daylight.
Huzzah.
Woo.
Are you using daylight or just light?
Daylight.
Yeah, I can't
we get
do
set-
daylight
if-
again until the next dawn.
We haven't used this.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
saying
but if
like this will
those-
be
Yeah,
out
that-
you.
Yeah, it's fine. I think we use
Yeah.
that now.
If the riders turn up, we're going to be defenseless without that.
Well, they shouldn't be able to track us.
That's true.
They shouldn't be able to. That doesn't mean they can't.
True.
There might
And
be
if they
some
come,
magic
we're
bullshit
wrong.
that gets around what we've got.
Yeah, but
Honestly,
what
I
if
think
daylight's
with
the
all
only way that we figured this out? We can't, like, sure, if
Well-
we hold
well, we
it,
can
I mean, it
do-
might
well-
not do anything,
Well,
but...
We can do the little
here's
one
the thing.
first and then do
Yeah.
daylight if we find nothing.
If we find nothing with the little light, then we can use daylight.
I mean, I also just have torches, I guess, but...
I'm going to just have it cast light.
Okay, you're going to use light. Okay. You light up the drift globe. Are you giving it to Ilza? Are you just walking near the entrance? What are you doing with it?
I'd probably walk. Be walking near the entrance.
Okay, you walk to the these very heavy, thick doors that have been opened. Bring the drift globe up, and you kind of like hold it up near the entrance. It is bright enough that it just completely lights up the inside, and you can see the bits of flesh and blood and stuff all begin glistening and shining, like obviously very clearly wet and
The carriage is a
sticky
mimic.
substance. You don't see anything particularly odd. Is there something that either of the two of you are looking for, Ilza and Annalisa?
I mean, it sounds like a heartbeat, so I'm looking for anything that's like looks like it's a pulse.
That's what you're looking for? Make a
Well,
perception
yeah, like
check.
if it's in the floor, like there could be
Huh?
like sort of ripples in the blood.
Yeah, make a perception check, Ilsa. Is there
Me?
something you want- no. Annalisa, make a perception check. Ilsa, what are you doing?
Me, I'm gonna touch the body.
Hey,
No, I'm
there
not.
we go.
Yes, I am.
Fucking go. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait
I
for
suppose
Annalisa to
it's
tell me
not
what to do.
Not a nat 20, so I guess it might matter.
True.
Okay. Ilsa, currently you're not doing anything. The carriage is lit up, but there is, like, again, Annalisa is lighting this up from behind you, so your shadow is being cast onto the body, and, like, the back of the carriage at the moment.
Creepy. Oh, can I just take out a torch and light it?
Okay. Pull out a torch. You spend some time, like, quickly lighting it while Annalisa's looking.
The room is
As
full of
you
gas.
look, trying to see if you can spot something that might look like a pulse or like somewhere where this sound might be coming from. And you're looking at like different spots. You're looking at the corners of the corners. You're looking at the roof. You're looking at the walls. You're looking at the floors. Maybe like there's a storage compartment in here. And you realize the reason you haven't found it so far is because you do spot it now. It's been right in front of you the whole entire time. Every bit of flesh and blood in this carriage, every time you hear that heartbeat, pulses. Just a little.
Ooh.
You also notice, Annalisa, that as it's been pulsing, the blood that Ilza's been standing in has been slowly moving up her boot.
I'm grabbing Ilza and I am like
She
pulling her.
is out of reach.
Yeah, should probably just don't.
She's well out of your reach. You would have to put your hands and most of your body onto the blood to reach her.
Cool.
She's gone all the way from like, the other end of the carriage.
Unfortunately, Annalise is in a panic situation, so she's not even gonna say "don't resist."
I know the feeling by now.
Yeah.
Just yell at me.
Yeah. No, that's Annalisa is just immediately attempting to use
she'll
vortex.
be like, "Ilza, get out!" and she'll vortex warp her. Like out of there.
You begin to cast Vortex. Ilza, you feel your stomach begin to flip, and you're just immediately like, "Oh shit, not again." I assume you don't resist.
No.
Okay. Yeah, warped outside of the carriage. As you do so, Annalisa and Ilza, you can hear the sounds of the where her boots were sitting. I keep going to say beat, like her feet. I don't look. My brain's all over the place. You can hear where the blood was like almost like adhering itself to your boots. There's a loud, almost like snapping sound as they disconnect suddenly.
Ooh. Well.
Annalisa takes Annalisa takes Dawn and Docs flips on the mechanism to basically combine the two into Twilight. Loads of Hellsteel round, that shit has to die.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Edric jumps off the carriage and makes a run for it. Misha is just like, oh fuck.
Annalisa, as you look inside the carriage,
body.
the completely socketless head, is now smiling and staring at you.
Ooh.
I'm firing the Hellsteel round.
I'm gonna try and wipe his blood off while she does that.
As you go and try and remove the blood and stuff to it, it keeps at first it's almost like that annoying thing where if you're trying to get a hair that's stuck on your flesh off, and it keeps just moving around to the other side of your hand before you realize that it's very much this. It is moving itself and gripping onto you. Getting it off is genuinely difficult.
You're getting venomed.
I am.
Annalisa, can you make an attack roll for me? Where are you aiming at?
I'm
The body?
I'm aiming it at the body in the cart, but this is a Hellsteel round, so I'm hoping to just blow the whole thing up.
Okay. Make an attack.
Alright, cool. Will do. With the Twilight.
That's some kind of weird ass curse.
Oh.
Man, if we had it, we need to get a sending stone to talk to Mina, and she could have teleported out here and seen what the fuck was happening.
We could have had another. We could have had another, like, house bomb situation on our hands.
True. Oh, it's fine. She can just rip it out of our memories with that weird mirror shit. Bitch. Damn.
So 16. You happy with that roll?
Inspire that.
Yeah, okay. You can make it. You can inspire this.
Marginally better.
18. Okay.
It's a carriage. Let's hope that hits.
So you're aiming at the body, yes?
I am aiming at the body in the carriage.
Okay. Bullet you pull out and just fire it. And as you do so and it fires at the body, you can see the blood and stuff that was on the body moves itself in the way of the bullet and begins, moves, and you can see the blood splatter out of the way, almost like it was trying to block the blow. 18 is the AC.
Oh, damn.
Get down, Mr. Carriage President.
You see the blood splatter to the side and kind of like stops, and the head, continuing to stare at you completely eyeless, gets engulfed entirely in flames. The inside of the carriage is engulfed in flames. The flames just fire straight out the front. You fired it and gone to like duck out of the way because you know there's going to be flames coming out. It just shoots out over your head. It's immediately just strong burning flame. The rest of you hear it, and then immediately followed by the smell of burnt flesh, roasted blood, which then fades very, very quickly.
I'm gonna make sure that with all that explosion that no blood got on me.
Currently, to basically get yourselves out of the way of the flame, none of you have line of sight of the inside of the carriage right now.
Ooh. Well, we're gonna go look, aren't we?
Who's looking?
I am.
Alright.
Unabashedly, I'm fucking looking.
First one to say it. Okay, you walk up. Annalise, you check yourself over bits of blood and stuff. Make a perception check.
Oh my god, I just dropped my dice.
Gonna be important.
Where'd it go?
Perception, that is an 18.
An 18?
14. I
You
rolled a 13.
Annalise, you don't notice any blood on you. Ilsa, you get up and you look inside the carriage. It is now partially like burnt a bit black. You don't see anything for a bit.
Scurrying. It's gonna be.
It's kind of like there's a
scurrying,
bit of
isn't
like smoke and stuff still in the room from some of the stuff that did actually ignite. Smoke clears. You bring your torch up, kind of like light up the inside. There is no longer a body in that held up in that X position. The carriage seems completely unharmed.
It's.
You guys imagine
scurrying.
this kind of carriage is like one of the hardest things to break in existence. Like the easiest thing to break on this carriage would be the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. Like this is just a hunk of like just very strong materials with other strong materials around it. There's enchantments on it. It is completely untouched. Like even the bits of stuff inside that look like they're wooden doesn't look like the flame even touched them.
It's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna be like, guys, do you see anything? Because it's either completely destroyed or it's not in here.
I'll check sort of around.
Annalisa, you don't hear anything. You didn't hear anyone say anything.
Oh no. I'm gonna start looking.
Mm-hmm.
Einari,
Yep, Edric's body's moving back towards the carriage, but okay, yep.
you also don't hear anything. Ilza hasn't said anything.
Fuck.
That's even more worrying. So
Do I hear myself say it?
It just takes you a moment, Annalisa and Einari, to realize that you two can't hear anything at all. Neither of you made any effort to avoid getting caught by the explosion or any blood splatter. You simply checked after to see if any were on you, and Annalisa, you didn't find any.
Because in your
I did
ears.
say that Edric's body was running away from a possible explosion. Misha's wasn't, because she's immune to fire.
Yeah, that... not enough.
Yeah. Okay. Looking down, we're covered in gore.
Make a perception check.
Okay. There's that one.
And Ilza, can you make
okay.
a constitution saving throw, please?
I can certainly try. Why'd you make me do this
18
kind of
plus 10
throw?
plus
Made
2.
me do a dex check. Okay.
Einari,
Okay.
both of your bodies check themselves over.
Uh-huh.
You don't see any blood. A 13?
Yeah.
Okay. You ask the others to, do they see anything? And you begin looking around. They're not there. You're alone. See,
Aww.
carriage with some singed blood, and you're just alone in a clearing.
God damn it. Okay. I'm going to crawl under the carriage. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
Oh no, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore.
It's too late. It's happened.
It's gotta be looking at me, isn't it? I'm just picturing, you know, those things in the horror movies where they're humanoids, but then they're like scurrying along, but their heads on backwards, so I can
Yeah.
look straight. That's what I'm imagining.
Annalisa, what are you currently doing? Are you looking at Ilza? Are you?
I don't want to go here anymore.
Can I see Ilza?
You can see Ilza, yeah.
Panicking a little bit because she can't hear anything. Does it feel like my ears are blocked or?
Okay, you reach up to check, to see if your ears are blocked. It's like, you've been deafened by things before, loud noises, stuff like that. Usually there's some kind of, you can feel something wrong with your ears. So you bring your hands up and, see if, something is, muffling it or covering them. You can feel your ears, they seem to be completely fine. While you're panicking just a little, you watch as Ilza, her head turns towards your direction, her body kind of following. Her face has been completely ripped off, somehow in the explosion, you think. There are no eyes. There's just a crooked smile. You realize her head, turning to look at you, was not followed by shoulders and the rest of the body. Her head is spun around almost an entire 180, and then gets down on all fours and scurries underneath the carriage.
Ah.
Chelsea, you should, when you do your predictions, you should say really, really nice things. Instead of
I'm so
awful
sorry.
things.
You know, what can I say?
Stop giving him ideas.
There's just a bunch of flowers underneath the carriage that aren't poisonous or venomous. They're just pretty and they smell nice.
Einari.
Mm-hmm.
Annalisa as well now. Can I get Einari, both of Einari's, and Annalisa to make Oh, actually, hold on. This would be specifically Misha. Make a con save, and Annalisa, can you make a con save, please?
Okay.
And the
Hey, okay. 15 plus 8.
Okay. The two of you can still see each other. And although there's a bit of panic and weird things going on, Ainara, you can see that Annalisa is clearly distressed. You did see Ilza turn and look at Annalisa, but from your point of view, you didn't see like face or anything. You saw her head turn pretty far. It's kind of odd that she could turn her head that far, and then kind of weirdly duck underneath the carriage.
Annalisa's gonna compose herself a bit. She'll do like I don't even know what kind of action I'd have to do, but like she'll like load a regular round into Twilight and just sort of like look at Anari and start doing sort of like those like military sort of hand signs and be like, I'm going to be like, puts two fingers up towards the sky and then signals forward, points to her, points to herself, points to you, and then like signals like wait.
You're approaching the carriage?
I'm approaching the carriage.
Okay. Elsa,
Twilight. I've got Twilight trained on beneath the carriage, waiting for that thing.
Ilza, you've gotten down.
Yep.
You've crawled underneath the carriage.
Yeah.
You get underneath. You don't see anything underneath the carriage. Just the grass that's underneath you. The carriage above you. You can see the anti-magic field, like the device thing that Molan had previously messed with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear a wet, kind of like
Oh.
sound that kind of like slaps against the ground. It's very slowly getting closer to you.
Okay.
It's currently coming from a direction where one of the wheels is completely blocking off your vision.
Is there any way I can try and turn this anti-magic field back on? I just want to see if that'll do anything.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Okay. Fuck. I really need to get proficiency. Let's see. Come on, dice. Come on, dice. Okay. 19?
19? Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of reach up and you're like, okay, what do I do here? What do I do? Bring my hand up and you find that there's a few different buttons and like things on it like that are like clasps that almost like it takes you a bit to realize that you meant to grab it with all 5 fingers at different points. Pull on part of it, release a couple of them, and then twist the entire thing. And you do so. You twist it and you turn it around. You're pretty sure that this is how this works. This is how you're supposed to activate it. As you do so, you hear it click into place. You release your hand. Nothing happens.
Mullen, that son of a bitch.
With a 19,
yeah.
You're pretty certain that this kind of anti-magic field thing is more of a... When you turn it off, you've got to wait until it can be used again.
Fuck.
It is
Okay,
Wait a minute, she heard it click?
Should have click into place. It is a... It's a there's a
You
mechanical
guys don't
part
exist
to
to me.
this.
Okay? Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Hills is alone, except for whatever's approaching the carriage.
Okay, I'm crawling out. Fuck that. I'm not staying under here.
Towards it or way the other way?
The other way.
The other way? Okay.
Yes, the other way.
You crawl out the other direction, and kind of like scurry yourself out. You hear the wet steps still approaching the carriage.
Okay.
Okay. We can still see Ilza, yeah?
For you...
Hmm?
Okay, this thing is like fucking
She
illusion.
can't see us, but we can
You
see her.
No,
You
the thing
saw
approaching
her.
me was Annalisa, by the
Yeah.
way.
We saw her, like, turn ahead and jump under the carriage. Now, do we see her crawl out of it?
No.
You see something
No.
roll out in a
Okay.
minute. So this thing, out of character. I'm pretty sure the thing approaching me was a laser.
Ilza,
Yes.
can you make another con save, please?
I can certainly fucking try. 6. Wait. I might inspiration this.
I will say that what Ilza is experiencing at the
19.
moment is
Yeah.
panic.
Well, I re-rolled it.
And it's
19.
and it's to a
Sorry.
point where you're just like, I'm not usually this panicked. This is nothing to be panicked over. Like, what am I? Calm down. I'll be fine. And then like the
Yeah.
wet footsteps stuff approaching, you're like scurrying out. And you're like, not doing too good.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it's
where
not
are the
normal,
others?
and I know the others should still be here. I know something's not right. Something's going on. But yeah,
You
I rolled-
also
I
know
rolled.
that you would not normally be this panicked.
I'm a cool
And with-
cucumber.
With a 19,
Mhm.
you're staving off the panic,
Mhm.
but it's just there under the surface. You are like one thing from having a breakdown.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit on the ground.
Annalisa and Ainari, as Annalisa approaches, can I get both of you to make con saves, please?
Please succeed. I really think it's gonna try and get
That's
us to
probably a
kill each
mental
other.
thing. Okay.
Again, just Misha.
Yep. Okay, that's not quite
Wait
as
a
good, but
second.
hey,
Is this only going for the women?
still good. I think it's mostly because I
Or
said
because
that
you were far away.
Edric's body was getting
I'll say
clear of any
tabletop
explosion.
wise. Tabletop wise. 3 of you got blood
Hold
on you and did not get it off in time.
Yeah, I was hoping it wasn't.
Edric's
gonna
body
be,
did not. Edric was
sexist
outside.
monster?
The reason it didn't matter is because Misha got hit, not Edric.
Yeah, and it's a
And
mind thing.
it's a mental thing, yeah.
It is something
So-
that
And
is
you are
affecting your mind.
literally one
Yes.
mind.
Yes.
But yeah, I think this thing's going to try and get us to kill each other out of character. That's what it seems to be.
I'm inspoing that one.
Oh,
I should never use inspiration ever.
do we have any bloody inspiration?
You do.
Holy shit.
Maybe you want to use a party inspiration. We've got one.
Do you think that it would help?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll
I
use
suppose
a party inspiration to prove a point.
you can try if you want. You can try. I think
I would like to try because I don't want to kill my friends.
You guys have not
yeah.
used up all your party inspiration in a long time. since
No,
I gave
we
you 3.
literally we only have one. We only had one.
Oh, hey.
16. Okay.
Oh, I think you needed a 19.
Okay. Do I just keep burning party inspiration?
We don't have
You
any
have
more.
no more.
You have no more.
There we
Okay.
go.
That was your last one.
16 is the best I can do.
That's okay. Look, we tried. That's what matters. I think hopefully if we eventually snap out of it, we can get you out of it.
Ainari and
Also-
Annalisa, although you can't hear stuff outside, both of you can. It's partially hearing, partially feeling. You can feel your heartbeats are incredibly elevated. They're loud. It's almost like kind of like thundering with just how hard your hearts are beating at the moment. Annalisa, as you are approaching the carriage, you're now realizing that the kind of like face that you did see on Ilza was the exact same one that smiled at you as you fired at it in the carriage. You get close to the carriage. You kind of like get yourself round to the side and duck down and check underneath. There's nothing there. Annalisa, you stand up to give hand signals to Ainari. You're alone. Ainari,
Mm-hmm.
you saw Annalisa go around to the side and kind of like duck down to check underneath the carriage, kind of like breaking line of sight with you,
Yep.
and she doesn't come back up.
It's like Ainari would have heard like tales of Fae growing up in a forest, yeah?
You did. You would have heard of tales of Fae, yes. How accurate they are? Make it... What would this be? I think it's still Arcana.
Still Arcana?
It's
Alrighty.
knowledge of magical things.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. We'll use.
And
This
so,
one.
not like, because knowledge of undead very rarely comes up in
Yeah.
nature or history. Sometimes you can make an argument for medicine, but for the most part, it's Arcana.
That's probably not going to be enough. That's 10 plus 1. I don't have the biggest intelligence.
You are aware of fey creatures known for kidnapping. That's the easily the biggest number one like fey story you've heard growing up.
Yeah, because you get
Other
Weshelkind
things
from
you
that
tell
shit.
other kids. Yeah, exactly. Weshelkind is something that you're. Weshelkind would be an example you have is actual like theft of children and then having them replaced with a fey creature. That's about as far as the extent of your knowledge of fey goes.
Okay.
You're aware there are fey creatures, and you're aware that kidnapping happens. And to be totally honest, you just saw 2 of your party members completely disappear,
Yeah.
and that is exactly like the stories that you've heard growing up.
Right.
They were there.
Okay.
It's like the kind of things where people put their baby down in their cot, turned around to like do something else, like put something else down, and then turned back around towards the cot, and the baby was gone.
Uh-huh. Right. Do I have anything on my person that's made of iron?
Okay, while you're thinking about that, Ilza,
That's me.
the thing that was approaching the carriage, you're now hearing the wet kind of like steps. You can hear it kind of like it's crushing down some of the grass on the other side, but as it's doing so, it is a wet sound. It is almost like a wet slapping sound.
Mm-hmm.
It is slowly making its way around the carriage towards you.
Do I think it's coming towards me or just around the carriage?
You wouldn't be sure.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down.
You're gonna
I'm
sit
sitting
down.
fucking crisscross applesauce. Yep.
Okay.
And
You're gonna
I'm
have to make
just-
another Constitution saving throw here.
Yep, that's okay. I feared. Come on. 21.
Okay, you managed to sit down, and you do not panic.
Yep. I'm just gonna focus breathing.
Okay.
I'm trying not to panic, and I'm trying to
You're
think
breathing,
of what this
trying
could
to
be because I
keep
don't
down.
know.
You're trying to think of what's going on.
Yep.
As someone that actually is familiar with Fae, you're aware that it doesn't matter how familiar you are with Fae. Sometimes you still have no idea. It's Fae.
Yep.
That's the creepy part of the whole thing. There are rules when it comes to Fae creatures. This is. Oh, you've disconnected.
Haven't had a crack
This is
in a
not
while.
one such. This is not one such case. The footsteps
well.
approach.
Mhm.
And you
Have
can
my
hear the
eyes closed.
sound. They've definitely come around the carriage. You've got your eyes shut.
Yep. Yep. I'm
Footsteps
not looking.
stop.
Not watching. I'm just breathing.
At this point, you can hear what sounds like a very slow rasp breathing.
Mhm.
It's not approaching. And the
Mhm.
footsteps have stopped.
Mhm.
Then the footsteps start again, and the breathing gets closer.
Okay. Until it's right up at me, I'm not going to react. I'm just going to try and have my eyes closed. I'm just going to breathe.
Okay. Gets closer. Gets to probably within 5 feet of you.
Mhm.
The footsteps stop. And then you feel something wet, almost like the blood that was sticking to you previously, touch your leg. And begin spreading.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
You feel
Yikes.
this sticky, it's warm, but not hot. It's like a lukewarm. As it spreads across your leg, sinks into your clothes, and begins spreading across your entire body.
Mm-hmm.
And since you have done nothing, Ilza, you lose consciousness.
Yep. Guys, figure this out, please. Thank you.
But the way you lose consciousness is eventually it covers your eyes, nose, mouth, and you suffocate.
Yikes.
Annalisa, you're alone now. There's just the empty carriage, burnt blood. There's a slight breeze. What are you doing? If you're talking, we can't hear you, by the way.
I'm not talking. I'm
Okay.
deep in thought.
Okay.
Okay. So. Burning a few slots here. Second level slot. Primeval
Mhm.
awareness.
You use primeval awareness?
Yep.
Okay. Go through the list for me.
Aberrations.
No.
Celestials.
No.
Dragons.
No.
Elementals.
No.
Fae.
Yes.
Fiends.
No.
Undead.
No.
Okay. Fae. Gotcha. Next thing I'm going to do. If that's leave an action. Use my third level slot to roll.
Sorry, really quiet. What are you doing?
I am casting Sense Lifeblood.
Sense lifeblood. Ah.
How's that one work again?
I can I can sense the lifeblood flowing within creatures I can see. I can't see any creatures, but I'm hoping that this has some unintended effect and whatnot, because I know that blood is a problem here.
Okay. Okay. Let me think for a second. Alright, you sense lifeblood. And you can see that there's still like the kind of like pool of blood underneath where the carriage was opened. And
Oh,
not...
I don't
Yeah.
do that. I remember when I actually spend it. I just need to
That's fine.
spend the hit dice. I don't remember how to do it.
It's the magnifying glass. You click.
It's
menu.
in the class thing.
Yes. Oh, sorry, it's the gear on this one. This thing. Yeah, hit I used. Alright. Begin looking around. And you're aware that sense lifeblood is something that it's like when you sense a creature, when you see a creature, you can see like you get information about their like connections to other creatures, and you can sense lifeblood flowing within them, right?
Yeah.
The blood that's on the ground is being detected to you right now like a living creature's blood.
I basically am like, okay, I'm looking everywhere. Is it the same thing? Everywhere I look.
It's just the blood that's on the ground. The stuff that, like, spilled out. You're currently round to the side of the carriage, so it's the only blood you can see, really. If you wanted to see more of the blood for sure, you would have to look inside the carriage.
Does it look like all the blood is one creature, or?
From what you can tell, yeah, sense lifeblood doesn't. It's not like a relation thing. It seems to be one being or one creature.
Yeah, for the duration, you can sense whether how two or more creatures you can see are related biologically.
Yeah, that seems to be one creature. It would be at about this point you hear almost like a scratching sound as something scrapes down some of the wooden surfaces on the inside of the carriage and the wall closest to you. At first, it initially sounds like fingernails, and then you realize fingernails don't make quite such a full sound.
Sounds like something bigger and sharper.
No, more blunt,
Okay.
but thicker. A lot thicker than a fingernail.
I'm going to like hop back around about maybe 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
One,
like back up a
two.
bit.
So all the blood that I see seems to be the same thing, right?
The only blood you can see is the stuff that spilled out of the carriage onto the ground.
Yeah.
There's no other sources for you to look at. It's just that. Sorry.
I would
From
like
this perspective, if you wanted to see more, the only other blood that you know exists is inside the carriage. You would have to change your perspective.
seems to be giving off the sense that it is a creature.
It looks like the blood belongs to something that's alive.
I am burning another spell slot.
Okay.
I would like to cast Vortex Warp on the blood.
Give me a second. Just need to read Vortex Warp.
It is a creature that I can see. From what information I've got, I think it might be a creature, and pieces of it might be a creature. I want to see if I target it. Does it?
Where are you trying to move it to?
I'm trying to move it. I would say. So you said it's directly like sort of in front of the carriage.
It's the back, because the front of the carriage would be where the horses are.
Okay. I would like to move it like 20 feet to the right of the carriage, so that it's in plain view.
So you're currently to the left of the carriage. You would
and I
be on
would
the left
move
side.
it further to the left then, so that it's in plain view, but like not right next to me.
So are you putting it between yourself and the carriage, or just away from the carriage and off to your right?
Away to the carriage and off to my right.
Okay.
I'm trying to isolate it.
Okay. What's the spell save DC on that?
It is a Constitution saving throw. That would be DC. DC 16.
16. Okay. You feel the spell take hold, and the pool of blood shifts all at once over to that space. The pool of blood looks like there's even more blood in it now than there was before. The scratching sound stops.
I am going to change.
Is this on the other side of the carriage, or can Aonari see this like pool of blood just appear?
Ainari, you don't see any of this happening.
Okay.
I am going to I'm assuming it's kind of like a switch that I can sort of flick to change the firing mode from piercing to fire.
Yes.
And I'm going to shoot the blood.
Okay, you flick it, you bring the gun up, and you go to take a shot. Make an attack roll.
It'd be against Ilza or something.
Bullet fires out and just sinks into the blood.
Like it eats it.
No. Just like you fired a burning bullet into the ground. You can still sense that it seems to be lifeblood.
Just wasn't affected by it.
There's no reaction. I will say that you now have fired the gun off again for a second time. As you fire it off this second time, your hearing returns to you. And so it's a bang. It is just this rockety out sound, just like you are firing off a firearm. Makes very loud noise.
It's like
Fire it off.
300 feet for a black powder.
300 feet, you just clearly hear it, yeah. Depending on the places, you'd be able to hear that further, but yeah, 300 feet is clearly like, I hear it, I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, it's a firearm. Further than that, it's like I hear a loud boom, but that could be like
A lot of
a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To say before that you could hear the scratching from inside, it has just occurred to me you wouldn't have been able to hear that because you didn't have hearing yet. It's fine. You have hearing back now.
Annalisa wasn't really making a lot of decisions based on the noise other than stepping back, but now that she can hear again, she'll look around. Is she still alone?
Make a perception check. You try to keep the blood as much in your vision as possible. You look around the clearing itself. You look for Ilza. You look for Inari. You look for anyone that could be nearby. You don't see Ilza. You don't see Inari. You don't see any signs of them. But you do see something moving in between the trees. Just at the edge of your dark vision.
I'm going to train Twilight on the
Elisa, can you make a con save, please?
Yep, I can do that.
Because as you see the thing dashing in amongst the trees, your heart rate begins to kind of skyrocket for a moment. You manage to stave off panic. Now what are you doing?
I'm training the Twilight, basically along with the movement, trying to keep track of it. I just shout out, "Whatever you are, I can see you."
Your call out is responded to with a very soft giggle.
Very cute.
So you're trying to watch that movement now over in the
Yeah, I am
Okay.
hyper focused on that.
Okay. It's very difficult to keep track of. Like, it's a thing where you're watching go between two different trees, and you're like, well, there's only certain places it can be, and then occasionally it'll pop up behind, like, you'll see it move from a tree to a different tree that you're like, I don't know how it got to that first one. How did it move? How is it getting to those places? I should have definitely been able to see that. Like, you probably take like a couple of steps forward, try and give yourself a little bit of extra dark vision, try and catch it. And with the 27, there's more than one of them. And now that you realize that there's more than one, you're now paying attention to the weird, impossible movements. There's at least 6. But they don't seem to be approaching you or retreating. They just seem to be flicking in between tree to tree at incredibly high speeds. Enough that all you're getting a glimpse of is something roughly your height, blurring. Are you doing anything?
Do I have the drift globe still?
Yeah.
I'm going to speak the command word that lets it cast daylight.
Okay.
I'm going to move.
You reach out and you grab the drift globe, and you speak the command word for it to cast daylight. Nothing happens. Now you know magic was working. You've just cast spells.
Yeah.
And you know the drift globe should work. It's had time to recover.
Real drift globe.
Mm.
I mean, like,
And while you're focusing on the
Me-
drift globe and trying to keep an eye on the creatures, you did
once
notice...
the drift globe stops working, I'm like doesn't work. I'm like, all right, cool. That was a bust.
Mhm.
We'll leave that for now and make sure that we keep making sure we're not getting that momentary distraction doesn't give a window of opportunity for them to strike.
Yeah, you immediately flick up to them as you feel something sticky wrap around your ankle. You quickly flick your head down, make another Constitution saving throw to avoid panicking.
Fucking nat 20
Hills you get
nerves of
inspiration.
steel.
Your heart rate elevates for a moment. You manage to calm yourself down. As you look down, you see the blood puddle has moved itself over and attached itself to your leg and is beginning to climb up the side of you. And as calmly as you can manage, you reach down, you like poke at it with Twilight. You bring your hands, you try and like push it off. And anytime you touch it with anything that is a new surface, it latches onto that and kind of like sticks to it, begins spreading from that point of contact instead. And before long, your entire body is covered, and you are smothered. You are unconscious.
Okay, well, I'm not too worried about that now. Well, me personally, Annalisa, of course, is a little bit more concerned. But I think we're fine.
Huh?
Hey, no.
I mean, huh?
Mm-hmm.
you've just seen Annalisa duck down and disappear. Ilza, you saw go underneath the carriage, and kind of like, even from this perspective, you can't see anyone underneath the carriage at all. You have, obviously, with your limited knowledge of Fae, are aware that this could be a Fae kidnapping.
Hmm. Alrighty.
But you are not panicking.
Yep. So we at this point, they probably know enough about us. We'll have you just take the dragon form and we mount up. Moving like kind of around the carriage, moving towards the edge of the forest, we'll do one more like scan the perimeter.
Okay.
And as we're looking at, because that's a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
main action, we're going to use thaumaturgy. Start making like tremors in the ground as Misha walks.
Okay. So Misha returning to a full dragon form, trying to putting on a big of a show essentially as you possibly can, using scan the perimeter.
Yep.
Look around for anything nearby. There's nothing.
Yep. So A and Ari in like unison with both voices will call out just like, I don't care what business you had with Cora. You will give the other two back, or we will burn this place to ash. We will melt you and forge new pain from your viscera. I would like to make an intimidation attempt.
Make an intimidation check. I'll say
Okay.
with advantage.
Fantastic. Natural fucking 20.
Oh my fucking god.
Holy
you guys.
hell yeah!
Ilzig, make sure you have 3 inspiration, and Annalise, you get inspiration.
Wait, 2? Oh,
Oh.
Because
that's 32.
though it's already a natural 20 before that had to go to
Oh, right, yes.
Ilza. What are the odds of you guys rolling this many natural 20s in this many sessions in
We've
succession?
been rolling like fucking crazy, my
Rolling
guys.
so you guys are, there is going to be a session where it's all going to be
Where we
natural
are
ones,
just
and you
rolling
are
shit.
going to just be miserable.
Right? Yeah.
It is going to happen. Karma is going to bite us in the ass real good at some point. Alrighty.
As you finish doing that, you kind of like stand there in the middle of this clearing. The horses faint.
Aww.
You can hear them kind of like as they hit the kind of like collapse onto the ground. Other than that, there's no reaction for a bit. Then you hear the sounds of a tree creaking.
Okay.
You've heard this sound before. Not that long ago, actually, when Astarion casts Transport by Plants, as the plants themselves kind of like split open and a passageway appears in between them. You your head flicks towards where the creaking sound is, and you see a tree, one of the thicker trunks, splitting open. Widening enough that even Misha in her full dragon form would be able to squeeze through.
Oh, okay.
That's the only response you get. and it simply sits there.
Hmm. Do we take the bait?
Always.
Alrighty, tabletop wise, do we think this is just the DM giving me an olive branch that allows me to go to where you two are, or
Bro, it is completely up to you. I always take the bait. It doesn't always end well. But I could only ever say, do it. That's my only response to anything.
yeah, because like if you two have already been knocked out and taken somewhere, this might be them saying, "Oh shit." Like maybe the intimidation has worked, and they're like, "Oh shit, okay, let's bring them back," or it's like, oh fuck it. There's been no change so far. I can't see anything around the car because we would have moved to the other other side, and there's no sign of them anywhere. Yeah.
There's no sign of them
No.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. This is probably some attempt to sequester us into the Feywild for some bullshit, but okay. You probably don't want to be without Ainari for that. We'll move.
We're
We'll
not
move
going to
towards
the
the.
Feywild yet, don't worry.
We'll move towards the tree, slowly but surely. Keeping as close as close eyes on our surroundings. Trying to look for any signs that this is
You
any
slowly
more
approach,
signs of this as being a trap than it already is.
slowly approach the tree, looking around. Make a perception check.
Okay. Let's go. Alrighty. Right. Okay, using Draconic help for that one. Yep, so that's 14 plus 10 plus 2. 26.
Okay. You don't see anything out of place other than the tree, and the only things you hear are the sounds of the dragon footsteps and kind of a very soft wind howling coming from the tree that's been opened.
Wind howling. Is it going to be the fucking plane of air?
No, this is normal for that spell.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. It's just air being sucked into a vacuum. Alright.
Yeah, the spell itself, it just is not silent.
Yeah, okay. Produces sound. Alright.
Though usually the spell does not last this long.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Well, this can only end badly, but fuck it, we don't know enough. We don't know enough. This is the only lead we've got. You two are already unconscious, apparently. So, not that Ainari know that. They only know that you might have been taken. And this seems like an opportunity to be given you back, so fuck it. We'll head through.
Okay. You step in, and kind of like step through, and obviously expecting, so it's similar to like the one that you've had with Astarion. It's kind of like you step in, you walk in for a bit, and then you step out the other side of a different tree.
Mm-hmm.
You step in, You take a few more steps. A few more steps. A few more steps.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Making a Constitution saving throw?
Nope.
No?
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
You haven't failed it. You actually succeeded and pushed off the panic that the other two had been underneath. So you don't need to make any more saves against being panicked.
Okay.
You're welcome to panic of your own volition.
Crying is a free action, right? Alright, what does the inside of this look like? Is it just black?
No, it's similar to almost like walking through a night sky. There's just stars, occasional things slowly moving in the distance. It's actually really hard to get a grasp of passage of time, how far forward or backwards you've moved. Because normally it's more you kind of like walk in, take a few steps, and then the exit appears.
There's no light at the end of this tunnel?
There is no light at the end of this tunnel.
Alright.
Einari,
Mm-hmm.
how much food do you have?
How much food?
How many rations did Einari to carry with them?
When we left, it would have been a few days. Edric has always been a careful sort. Probably would have been about 3-4 days.
For the both of you?
I mean, normally like would hunt for Misha because she's got a bigger stomach.
Yeah.
In human form, it would probably last about 2 days.
Okay. I'll say with careful rationing, you stretch it out to 3.
Alrighty. Fuck.
And it takes about a month before you starve to death.
Fuck.
I'm going to take a break.
Don't worry, guys. We got this.
I knew it was going to be bait. I shouldn't have gone in. I should have just burnt the fucking forest.
No, you needed to go in.
Yeah, Chelsea wanted the bear poked, alright?
Always. Literally always. Well, go BRB, guys, so we can get back and play.
Yeah. We got 10 minutes. Back at 9:30. So you can keep
Okay.
going.
Yep. Doug's coming back, and he's the only character left.
I mean, yeah.
Just one-on-one D&D sessions with Callum from now on.
The rest of you just spectators.
Yep. Perfect.
Alright.
That way Doug can catch up.
In the bathroom. Okay.
Alright, let's get a break. All right.
Okay, back to R-rated stuff. X-rated stuff. Off the table as we go live again.
Hey, look, there's. So it's like one of those things that made me laugh with Legend of Evantris. They got sponsored by Audible.
Oh, wow.
Like actual sponsorship. And they were like, hey, I know a book we should get people to check out.
Oh.
50 Shades of Grey, right?
No, worse. Significantly worse. Hold on.
Oh,
Let's see if
okay.
they've written it on the. Let's see if it's written in the comments.
God damn.
Shit, the subtitle is Milking Farm.
Oh my god.
And I think at one point, in part of it, they were reading excerpts and all just cackling to themselves. And then they got to the next episode, they chose a totally different book to be like, hey, maybe you should go check this book out instead. Which was still like, it was like, the second one was more of just like, this is probably some kind of like romance novel thing. And it was a stupid premise, but like they read it, then they read it out. The guy who does like the editing and things, he's just like, yeah, I think that one won't demonetize us because last week's was.
Yeah, I fucking bet it was.
Because it wasn't just that they read the title, it's that they read the blurb and then like excerpts from it as well, and then they kept making jokes about it, and they were like, on Twitch, whatever. The YouTube video though, not so good. Not so good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Okay, get back into the creep.
Look, I don't give a shit
Yes.
about being demonetized, just care about the other stuff.
Look, if you were worried about that, you were playing with the wrong people.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. I don't care about the jokes and stuff like that. Just don't straight out and start describing an X-rated scene.
No, I have no interest in doing that.
Yeah, like... And we'll be good.
Anyway, so describe what happens as we die.
Well, everything goes black. Now, remind me, Ainari, you checked Korra for, sparks, didn't you?
Yes.
What did you see?
Found, well, from what you told me, there wasn't anything.
Okay.
But that, yeah, might have been due to installments and shit. I'm not a wizard. Why are you quiet?
He's thinking. He's got his thinking face on.
Oh
Ilsa.
no.
That's probably me still.
As you're coming to, there's two options. The last thing you remember is being smothered.
Yep.
Well, if you were just knocked unconscious, okay, now we're going to find out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The other option is it didn't stop at knocking you unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And Ilsa is aware that if she was to die, she'd be sent from the material plane.
Yep.
You wake up.
Yep.
Look around yourself. you don't see ice or snow or any of the things that you expect to probably have come across based on your Fae connections.
Mhm. Can I look at myself? Like my arms, my hands?
Look down at yourself. You've got everything. You've got your equipment. You're intact. Got a bit of a migraine going.
Yeah. Am I still Ilza?
You're still Ilsa.
Okay, so I didn't die. I wouldn't be Ilza if I die. Okay. Yeah. Where am I?
You're inside a 5 foot by 5 foot, like little cubicle thing. The roof is about 30 feet above you. And there is a door to this tiny little room. Like you've woken up and you've kind of been like the way that you woke up was kind of just like you were slumped up against like the corner, like someone had tossed you in there. Standing up, there's no latch or handle or anything from the inside. There's just this door and then a small barred window. Just
Okay.
probably like the center of it's a little bit above your head height, so you can just see out of it.
Okay. And it's so I can just see out of it at my 5'7".
Yeah. It looks like these were designed for whoever made them, probably for someone a little bit taller.
Okay. Is there anyone in this room with me?
It's a 5 by 5. There's barely space for you.
Cool. I'm just gonna morph into someone taller. Really quick.
Okay. Like you can see out, by the way. Like if you went on your toes, you can see quite clearly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be able to see.
Okay. You kind of like stretch yourself up, morph yourself a bit taller, and look out through the bars. You expect, based on the inside of the thing that you're in, which it seems to be from what the sound of like and the materials of is all stone. You expect to look out and see more stone, but you don't. Instead, it is a what looks to be a living room.
Okay. Is there anyone in it?
See a lounge. There's a coffee table. It's a fireplace going, although you can't feel the heat from it for some reason.
Is it decadent or kind of like humble?
Oh, it's decadent.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, this is very decadent.
Okay.
The thing that stands out the most about the room that you're currently looking out from, however, is there's a wall. The wall itself, no windows or doors or anything on this wall, but it is adorned with these small crystal-like things. They're sitting on small little platforms with a glass dome sitting over the top of them. Similar to the rose from Beauty and the Beast. That's one of
Okay,
those
yeah,
little
yeah.
things, and it's sitting inside one of those. And there's just a wall. And it's just filled with all of these different like spots for them. You can see that there's gaps and places that are missing.
Fuck, are these sparks?
And you can see like little golden plaques just underneath each of them. And even from here, you can they like reading for a bit. They're not words you particularly recognize. Because it takes you a moment, kind of like with the grogginess stuff, to realize it's like, well, of course I don't recognize them as normal language. These are all different names, different languages.
Because
But
they're
these are
people's
names.
sparks. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna morph back into Ilza.
The other thing that stands out about this room is that there are 3 other 5 by 5
Boxes?
foot boxes that are quite tall, like stretching up into the ceiling, that you can see, and you can see that they're kind of like a stone shape, and they're kind of roughly pointed. Yours is pointed from this direction. You can see that wall, and then like pointed towards like kind of like a lounge and like some other chairs and things. You can see barely to your right. You can make out one of them, and then kind of like in front and to your left, you can barely see one directly to your left, and one a bit further around.
Okay. Look,
Annalisa and Einari.
I'm moving back.
Okay. You also come to get up. Find yourselves in the exact same type of box. Sturdy door. Little window that you can see out of. You have all your equipment on you.
Can we see each other? At all? Or can we hear each other stirring?
To be clear.
You don't hear
Me.
anything.
Okay, hold on. Is Misha in human form at this point?
Nope.
I should change that. No, okay.
Misha
She would
wakes
not
up
fit in the fight.
being crushed into this space.
Yeah. Just long boy. Okay. Yep. Just. Yep. That's uncomfortable.
Shifts back into
Guys,
normal form, kind of like flop onto the ground. Call out, speaking.
Yep.
Takes you a second, then you remember to use the band, which is still on your hand.
yeah. Guys, you here?
You can hear each other.
Hello?
Lisa, you're
Oh, hey. Oh yeah, we were totally kidnapped. And also, by the way, this bitch has, whoever this is, has, sparks over by that wall, if you can see it at all from your vantage points. I think they're sparks.
Looking
weird
over
crystal
like
things.
the way that was described to you. Einari, you recognize this.
Oh,
You touched one at a party not that long ago. And got a spark
Right.
back.
mm-hmm. Just
These seem to be crystallized sparks.
Fucking knew it. Called it.
Annalisa and Einari, although you don't read a lot of the languages and stuff, you can clearly, like, as well also read the plaques, and then there are some in languages that you can read. You recognize that they are names. Actually, would there be names that any of you do recognize?
Cora.
maybe.
keep in mind my extra languages as well.
Yeah, keep in mind my extra language.
I'm just remembering the names that would be on the wall, whether or not.
You
I
recognize
don't
any
know
of them?
anyone.
Yeah, there is one name on there that is recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Mauricio?
Alessa.
Oh, Alessa. Oh, maybe.
Possible.
I mean, Alessa was fucking eaten. So maybe.
He was smothered.
No.
I mean, Constantine was the one who was, murdered.
Give me a second, I'm trying to remember their names. Are they in the character list?
Whose backstory are you looking at?
Let me have a look. Is this?
Everyone go into your Google Docs. Whose is he in?
Are gonna be invisible.
He's not mine. It's not me.
Actually, you know what? All three of you make history checks.
Okay. Ah,
Alrighty.
fuck, okay. History?
Solid 10.
Great
Wait,
history. Alright. Alright.
Okay. Annalisa and Edric, there's one name you recognize. Because you've seen it written in places before that you've actually come across fairly recently. Other ones? No, you do not.
Right. Okay.
Ilza, you've heard of a couple of these names. They are pretty well known, quite like established. Like one of them is an adventurer, and one of them is
People who excelled pretty much in their whatever they did.
well, one name is Alois de Woken.
Oh, what?
Alois de Woken.
You're gonna have to write that down, buddy.
Do you guys
Oh,
remember
that-
the one shot?
No.
Yes.
You don't remember the one shot where you guys played a
No.
bunch of really high level characters?
Nope.
Yes, I do.
Names? No. I remember
That's-
the general
no,
premise.
no,
I
you
remember
remember
the name
the
of
premise?
my
Yeah,
character.
so the names that there are names on this wall that you recognize, Ilza. The people that died during that one shot are all on this wall.
Oh, that's crazy.
So Alois Woken, is it Festa? I think Festa died. If I remember
No,
correctly.
Festa.
No,
Oh,
Festa.
Festa made it. Festa made it.
Festa made it out.
It was Doug. It was Doug's
Issa made
character, Casey's character,
Doug didn't make
Jake's
it.
character.
Jake's. Yeah.
So
I
that
think
was
someone
Nate.
else died. It was only
Yeah,
three.
that was Nate that passed away. And Jake was playing Mordecai?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with names, so.
Yeah, because it was Oscar, Festa, the lizard cleric, I forget the name, and
Bob.
Issa.
Barb, right, and Issa, right, yes. Those were the survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
okay, so those names are in the wall. Anyone else?
You do also see
I
Cora.
was struggling.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Cora was there, okay.
cool. So, hey Annalisa, can you, like, teleport out? I'm assuming we can't. Or people probably would have done it before. Oh, wait. Anyone tried the door?
Do we feel similarly sparkless? This would, it would have been a...
As you have experienced it before, no.
Okay. Hold on, is this that King Beholder wannabe bastard?
Yeah, let's find out. Yo. Does Misha, you know, the burly one of our...
What?
Oh my god, I hate this fucking microphone issue. Does Misha, speaking in character, want to try and bust through the...
Bust through the door.
Yeah.
That's possible.
I mean, surely we can't just open it, because mine doesn't have a fucking handle.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, reaching out for the door, like you push on it, doesn't budge at all. There's no like, the only place you can reach out to like grab onto to like pull it towards yourself is the bars, and as you reach up to grab onto them, it's almost like there's a glass wall in between your hand and where the bars would be. You're actually unable to reach the bars themselves. There is nowhere for your fingers to actually like gain purchase on this to pull the door towards you. You try like you all try like kind of like bumping against the door. You know the classic where if you smack it like that and it's not like latched, it'll just like bounce back towards you. And all that happens, the door just kind of like shakes a little bit. There clearly is some kind of lock or latch system, but it's on the other side.
And we can't hear each other except through the rings.
Yes, currently.
Okay.
Alright. So what do these things seem to be made of? Is it mostly like stone, or is it...
It looks like stone.
Okay.
They seem really out of place in the room that you're in.
Wait, so okay, we're not trapped in these things anymore, are we? Okay.
Yeah.
Or is there like
You are inside one of the 4 different 5x5 foot
okay.
like rooms that have a door
Yeah.
to them.
Yep.
And they're
Okay.
completely solid all the way around.
Right.
Reaching around
Okay.
and
And
knocking
through...
around it, they seem to be solid. Yes. The only way you can see where the others are is like putting your head up to the bars and like looking, like craning your head like all the way to the edge, and you can kind of just see where the others are.
Yep.
I was just like, if
So if I was to put them in
Yeah.
order, it would be
Yeah.
Edric, Misha, Ilza, and Eliza. 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4.
Mm.
And kind of
gonna
like an
scream
arc.
then.
You're gonna scream?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, hello!
Were you screaming or screaming out?
I'm
the word?
yelling. I'm yelling, yeah.
Okay.
Very,
Not
very
through.
loud.
I assume not through the ring.
No, not through the ring. I'm cutting off the ring.
Okay. Scream out, and it's just like it's loud. It's like screaming in a small enclosed space. It's really loud on your own ears. There's nothing happens. Doesn't seem to be any response.
The rest of us can't hear her.
The rest of you cannot hear her. No.
Okay.
Turn the ring back on.
You know what? Fuck it. Have Misha try with the sort of clawed gauntlet just to punch at the door. Hard as she can, see what happens.
Make an attack.
Alrighty. Probably not going to go well. Nope.
Your draconic gauntlets like clenches up, brings fist back, smack into the door. This is with much harder impact than previously, like trying to like bump it or anything. You expect a door to like shudder or shake, or like something else about the walls to shake. It's Misha's arm that shakes. That hurt.
Ooh.
Okay.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Oh, it could be worse. Can I just knock on the door?
It's a small amount. You just punched something really, really hard, and it was very, very solid. So it hurt.
Yeah, it didn't move. Okay.
You knock on the door. Richard, knock.
Yeah.
No one else hears anything. It's just you hearing it.
Alrighty.
There's no writing anywhere, it's just blank walls.
On the inside, yes.
Okay.
Well, the
Alright.
metaphorical writing is on the wall, but like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of still suspecting Faye bullshittery.
Yeah.
And I will take out his old short sword. It might not be pure iron, but it would probably be a low grade steel because it's the first sword he had, so it would be fairly cheap.
Is iron and Faye a thing in this setting? Just quick
I'm not
question.
sure. It's the only thing that I can think of
There
as a martial
100%
character.
there 100% would be a myth of this. Yes.
Yeah. Like, it's the only thing that I, as a martial character, can think of that would help me in this situation.
Tell me about it. Us marshals stick together.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, I am, for all intents and purposes, a martial character.
Yeah. Sure.
Except for very specific circumstances, I'm useless.
Alrighty. So yeah, taking that short sword and like,
I would
tracing
say
it along
the
edges
fireplace,
of the door.
although you guys cannot feel the heat coming from it, you can hear the crackle of the fire.
Weird. Okay. Take out your sword, bro.
I'm gonna put my hand in the fire.
You cannot put your
Where's
hand in the
Car-
fire.
We're in a
You are-
box.
You are
Ah,
locked in a
we're in a
5 by
box.
5 foot box. These boxes are roughly
I
in the
thought-
center of a large
We were
living
locked in
room.
a room, and then you said 5 by 5. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm confused.
You are,
So
you
we
are in a
pretty
room.
much-
You're
think
in
of
a
us,
room
we're-
within a room.
We're in a
Okay.
cage. We're in a cage, but it's like
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Instead
easiest way
of
to
a
put
cage,
it. You're in
yeah.
a
There's
stone
solid walls.
cage in the center of a room.
Stupidly
Okay.
lavish room. Yeah.
and the okay. If we just close our eyes and pretend the walls are there, the walls are still there if we reach out.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
They are very physically
Do you want to try and
present.
teleport, Grandma? Can you try and teleport?
I cannot teleport myself.
Can you see any of us and try and teleport us?
You do not have line of sight. You can only see the boxes.
I really don't want to try and teleport because don't
Like
think it'll work.
it is to the point that if the only reason you're aware that all of you are definitely in the exact same room is because everything else about the room matches everything that everyone else can see. If there were 4 identical rooms, you could have all 4 of you in different rooms, and you would have no idea.
Yeah, and Ainari can see like 2 different perspectives on the same thing through the bars.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Ainari would be able to, like, both of you looking at the fireplace at the same time, see the flames match perfectly. Like there's no nothing that seems out of place in that regard. I will say from what you can gather at the moment, there's something about the essential cage that you're in is blocking you from putting sound out.
Yep.
Actually, would any of you have any experience with this kind of? Nope, only Astarion.
God
Ah.
damn it.
I was put into like a gem or a statue one time.
True.
Not the experience I was thinking of.
Sensory deprivation tank almost, but one way.
It's
Um,
also not the experience I was thinking.
No, I don't know what. I don't know anything about Stone yet, so
You'll probably you might be able to work out what the experience is once the scene unfolds a bit more. Is there
Probably,
anything
I guess-
anyone wants to try before you just wait?
I'm assuming we can't teleport out, so I'm just fucking waiting.
Well, the only teleport that anyone except Ilza is aware that you have is Vortex Wall, which cannot be self-targeted. Ilza, you do have a way to teleport.
I do. I don't think it'll do anything.
You can try.
I'll try. I'll try it in my cage, just where they can't see. I want to go from like one tiny little corner to the other tiny little corner.
Okay, Twilight Stone.
Yeah.
You blink and reappear in the other corner.
I don't think it'll work because there's that weird fucking. I'll try. I'll go up to the window. No, I'm not gonna try. I'm just gonna wait.
Is that what you're doing? You waiting?
Has a possible way for us to get out, isn't going to risk it. I see.
Unless my life is in terrible danger. No, not yet.
I mean,
She needs
You are
the
currently
danger to be apparent.
you are currently trapped in a box. There's a bunch of like sparks on the wall. Those only really come out when someone's dead. You know that
Bro,
Cora
I
is
got
dead. You know that
fucking-
the other 2 are dead.
Bitten and reefed at by a dragon and I didn't use it, buddy. You think I'm going to use it stuck in a box? Not
The
yet.
box needs to be smaller, is what I'm hearing.
Exactly.
Gave you too much
Shrink it.
room. It's like Ilza's like climbed to the top, like it's a 30-foot tall like thing. You've climbed all the way to like the top corner, and you're just up there like hissing at anyone that comes near the door.
Yeah, I mean, all you guys should have a potion of what's it called? Like gaseous form. Because we all got one from Casey.
Question of healing. Okay.
She had like potions of gaseous forms. We should all have a potion of water breathing. I've already used my potion of gaseous form. I gave it to Doug, even though I'm pretty sure Doug should have had one anyway.
I have the water breathing.
I have water breathing.
also
I have
all had-
speed.
Gaseous form and speed. So
Water
the
breathing
we had a
and
only-
lot
speed,
of rain
not
at
gaseous
potions.
form.
The only potion of gaseous form remaining is on you, Ilza.
yeah, because no one put it in their inventories.
They were all dragged and dropped and sorted.
Casey
Those are
didn't
the-
name the potions, remember?
That's right. Maybe they've got some stupid name. That is true.
Potion bottle
But
of Shadow
anyway,
Beam.
I don't have that potion anymore. But if we look like we're going to be in terrible, terrible danger, I'll try. But I really don't think I'm going to be able to get out of the box.
Alright.
Because
There's
there's
nothing-
that weird thing around the window and stuff as well, where we can't really grasp it. Like, this is encased in something that's not just stone.
Yeah, it's magical enchantment. So running like the
You know,
sword.
you know what? All three of you make a Arcana check.
Fuck.
You've all come across different types of magic during your time.
19.
Maybe it's possible that you'll have
Okay.
19, 15.
Oh, okay. That's enough for 18. Plus 1 for 19.
19 as well. Okay. You've all come across a few different kind of like spells, especially spells that like imprison or do those kinds of things. From what you can tell, you don't feel anything like suppressing the two of you that have access to some kind of magical abilities. You don't feel anything suppressing it. You're pretty sure that the thing stopping you from reaching the bars and stuff is just to stop you from reaching through them. What you're currently inside of kind of seem reminiscent of a display case.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's just odd because you can't see through it.
We can't see through it. Maybe something else can.
True. Well, let's just wait for a bit. If things get dicey, I'll try my best.
I'll say with the
You said-
15s and 19s and stuff, magic probably works. So yeah,
Gee.
do you want to wait?
For the people with magic, that's probably a really fucking good thing.
Bro,
Hey, you've got
I
magic
can reach
now.
your step, I can turn invisible, that's about it.
You've got the
Yeah,
disc
but
of
I think-
Na'ar.
Yeah. Don't have a shield to cast it on.
Okay, well, I wait anyway.
Okay.
Alright.
Does this door have... So there's no visible hinges on this side?
They're probably on the other side of it. To stop people from doing things like, I don't know, unscrewing the hinges. Or just hitting them
Alrighty.
until they break.
Okay. Okay. I can't get purchased with my fingers on this door. Would I be able to get, like, the sword blade in?
And like the gaps on the edges. Nah. Like you
Yeah.
can't even get a fingernail in there. This is the make on this, real good. Really good.
What have I got? What have I got? Because I am not content to sit around and just see what the fuck happens. That sounds like a horrible idea.
Trust me, Ilsa isn't doing well with it either.
But Chelsea, on the other hand, is having a great time poking the bear.
Oh, obviously. Ilsa
Not
is
a bear,
fucking... She's not
Some
sitting
bears
still.
should not be. Some bears should not be poked.
They should all be poked.
How else are you supposed to become a master at poker?
Could this... This bonus action... No. Pressure would probably just crush me first. Kind of endless water is out. Push. Yeah, short sword. Hunting trap, snuff box.
I will point out that with your Arcana checks, air does pass through the gaps in the bars. It's just that your hands can't get there.
Yeah, so a potion of gaseous form would work.
Yes. Why do we write our potions down?
I don't think.
I could toss you a potion of torpor.
You'd knock yourself out. You'd
Yeah.
actually hit them with a knock yourself out. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, this doesn't taste very good.
Yeah, you can use your potion of water breathing. It's great when you don't have your fucking spellcaster for anything.
Okay, so to test that, and I will get out like the pipe of smoke monsters. Give it a quick light and blow some smoke through.
Smoke passes through.
Yep.
The
Inari,
monster
into the-
shapes appear on the other side of the bars.
Yep. Inari will say into the ring, just air passes through. If anyone has one of those potions of gaseous form, now is the time.
It is at the
Yeah.
point that you pass the smoke through the bars that you all hear a voice from the behind your different stones.
Small fucker.
Stone faces.
So,
Ah! You're
Oh
awake!
god. Fucking of course it's that voice. Yep, people wake up. Crazy.
You hear like steps as it whatever the being is like walks in between like the four of you, and then steps kind of like into view of all of you, goes and like stands in front of where the lounge would be. Standing in front of you is a stout, looks kind of halfway between maybe like a gnome or a dwarf. This would not be a creature any of you recognized.
Damn.
To the point where it's more of a the lack of recognition is more of a I have a feeling this just isn't a creature that would exist anywhere else, let alone something else. I also forgot to mention, I'm so sorry, Frama. Annalise, you have all your spell slots back.
Damn, we had a long rest.
You did not have a long rest.
Damn, you just got juiced up.
Interesting.
yeah, I didn't get my.
Ilza didn't get her spell slots back?
I didn't use any spell slots.
I would have gotten my maneuver points back if we got a rest.
You just got funky.
No.
No, Edric, yeah, you used yours.
Oh, we in a portal place.
Creature speaks up again. Just, I'm so sorry. I can't hear you talking. Reaches out and kind of like waves across in front, like kind of as their hand passes in front of their face and like breaks eye contact between them and yourself. The door that's in front of you and the walls that are around you fade into like it's like someone turned the opacity down to like 5%. So you're very much aware that they're still there. You can still see them, but you can see through them quite clearly now. And you can see the rest of your group currently arrayed in an arc. You can also see, just a bit behind you, a bloodied body. Currently kneeling. This is the same one that you found in the carriage.
You motherfucker.
Was that directed at me?
Both of you.
Ah. Okay. That's fine. Do any of you have any questions?
I'm assuming you want sparks, like those things over on the wall there.
No, you're quite put together. Good. Yes, I collect them.
So, where are we exactly?
My home.
And where's your home?
Well, how would I explain it? Well, it's here.
Right. Material plane, demi-plane, plane within a plane, plane outside a plane.
Oh, I've never tried to define it. Plane within a plane, maybe? Yeah, I think
Okay.
that might be it.
Mm-hmm. Great. Is there a reason you took us?
Well,
Just a spark thing?
I didn't take you.
I mean,
gestures
is there
towards
something
the
that you're took us
gestures
for?
towards the bloody body. I was owed a debt, and they've paid it with you four.
And who owed you a debt?
Points again at the bloody body.
Oh, Cora.
Do you not know?
Dude.
Oh, okay, you do know who it is. Yeah, Cora. Yes, I have her spark.
Oh, yeah, you know, she... Oh, great, cool. Is there any way you'd let us go?
Well,
With our sparks intact?
ooh, that would be difficult. Yes. See,
Hmm.
I took hers, and if she wanted to get hers back, she had to bring me more to replace them. So she's brought me you four, and I've been following your escapades so far. You're definitely worth the swap. Well,
Look, I'm
way
new
more
here,
than worth the
okay?
swap.
I feel like my spark just isn't as shiny as the others. I'm just new to this group.
Your spark's the oldest one.
Fuck. That's crazy.
You are the eldest here, so that makes sense.
Am I?
Oh, by a long margin.
I don't think I'm that old.
Well, you've been
It
to the
has-
Feywild before. You're aware time does weird things.
Oh, wibbly wobbly shit.
Yeah, you can go to the Feywild, you end up being there for like 30 years, you don't age a day, you come back. Everything's moved forward 40 years for some reason. It's weird.
Okay.
Don't worry, this isn't the Feywild. It is a plane within the Feywild. Time is matching the material plane here. Because I have an interest in the material plane.
Okay.
I just want to say both of Ainari's bodies are just sitting there with deadpan. Looks like, are you fucking shitting me?
Look,
Ainari, actually, because you have the joint knowledge thing, and because you're hearing them talk and stuff, you're seeing them and like as they're describing things, can you please make a history check?
History check.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, come on. You've been rolling decently all night. Don't fail me now.
This is where you'd be like, natural 20 again.
It's not that impressive, but it is a 15 plus 1.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So during your adventures, especially as after finding out about the sparks and like other things going on, the stuff that you've had since this campaign began, you have come across some different weird beings, like the Hunger, Big Lamb, even Aurelius is kind of like an odd creature.
yeah, they are.
Colton is, again, like something weird. But as far as almost like forces go, the Hunger is the only thing you've come across that is like it. Like that, out of the food chain of those things that were just described currently anyway, the Hunger would be at the top, right? It's more of some mystical being that just kind of does things for its own agenda. Well, I can ask for you all to do stuff and offer like power and things in exchange, but you have no idea what it wants, why it wants those things done. Just that it wants them done. With a 16, There is a creature that does come to mind that is matching some of the descriptions that you're currently seeing and some of the behavior you're currently seeing. The Ruby Dragonflight, sorry, not Crimson. Ruby Dragonflight refer to this creature as the Collector. They don't know what its actual name is. But it is it's a force akin to the Hunger.
Ah, okay. That's problematic.
Once it obsesses over something, it collects it until it finds a new obsession. Or there's nothing left to collect. Either one. So it either completes the collection or gives up on it. Now, giving up on it may not be entirely accurate. That was just a guess that some of the dragons had. Because it has stopped collecting things at some point previously and just never gone back to collecting them. Very rarely. Now, Lisa, you've been quite quiet. Any particular reason you don't want to speak up?
Just taking this all in. It's going to be a while.
Yes, ask questions. I'm happy to answer them. We've got, well, that as much time as you want.
Okay. You don't need our for box specifically, huh?
Well, that eventually, but if you wanted to keep a hold of them for a lot longer, then I wouldn't mind you finding me some replacements. And then I would let you hold on to them for as long as you need. I will simply get them later.
We're kind of on very important business at the moment.
Oh, yes.
Making sure that the entire of everything.
That would be pretty important to people that live on the material plane. That makes sense. Yeah. Actually, it's important to people on other planes too.
Is it
That makes
important
sense.
for you?
Not really.
Unfortunate.
Well, sort of. That doesn't really matter. If you're talking about, hey, please let us go, we're going to go save the world, don't worry, I heard that from... And then turns to the wall and that one, 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 and that one.
An impressive collection you've mastered, despite the competition for these.
Oh, yes, that, what was his...
Drinker.
Something like that. Was it fart smear? Was that?
Casimir.
Are you sure? I'm sure it was fart smear.
It's me.
As amusing as that sounds, unfortunately not.
We should call him that.
I thought it was a weird name for somebody that's supposed to be quite powerful. But yes, they made those ghastly things that ride those horses. It's fine.
Figured.
They
But there was also the
quite quick at tracking down these spucks. It's great.
There was also another being that had interest in them. Two that we remember.
And they would be.
One a creature from a nightmare realm. Guys, remind me of its name again. One of you.
I'm not sure. What are you referring to?
The thing that fucking
Olafok?
eviscerated Edric.
The Olafok thing was in my.
I have the
Olafek.
name written down.
It wasn't
Yeah.
Olafek.
Olafek. How is it?
Aetherath. Aetherath.
Aetherath.
That's in my lesser notes. No,
Yeah,
not my older
Aetherath
notes.
wants to ascend, needs our sparks.
Yep. There's like Aetherath. It said its name was.
Don't know that one. Where'd you find that
Well-
one? Where'd you find them? I don't much like competition. Especially competition I don't know about. Did they have any
there was-
sparks? You can see like
Also-
There's like they've been like friendly and smiling this entire time. There is a frown at the moment.
I mean, seeing as you are going to just take our sparks, don't see any reason why you should know that information.
There was also
Okay.
the being that this one and our necromancer friend that you're likely aware of made deals with. I don't know what those deals are. Those memories were taken from me. But it called itself Hungry the Hungerer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, powerful things can be used as currency, so, and yeah, it makes sense if they want to do a deal with somebody else, so. Or they just want to screw me over.
As for the Orlithek, it was a dream realm. I'm not exactly sure how to enter or leave it.
That's
Only
enough.
that entrance was in
Now-
we were in Novostoya at the time.
Other than the one that got away, the a friend of yours, the number 5. Astarion, yes. Other than the 5th one, not being here and all that, you, points at Edric, you lost your spark at some point.
Yar.
And you got one back. In fact, you got one back from one of these, points towards the shelves. Not sure how that got into your hands. Where'd your real one go?
Well, losing the spark was that Olithek pretty much tearing me apart, so I am not really privy to where it went because I was dead at the time.
Sorry, what was the Olithek's name?
Ithurath, I think it said.
Either. That's okay. Chase it down. Well, since we're sharing information, is there anything you want to know?
Olive.
I mean, why the fuck was Cora working with you?
Oh. Wait, you don't know about that?
No, motherfucker. Would I be asking if I did?
I know that. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm stupid. We all know. Get to the point.
That wasn't my point at all. My point was more that I find your group quite competent. Weird
Wow.
that you would.
You're
Well,
like
we did plan to
Really
we did plan to interrogate her before that. Just pointing at the bloodied corpse standing in the
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And then kill a dead.
Well,
You kind of robbed us from answers on that one.
but you had her in prison for so long. You didn't go question
We
her?
were busy.
Cleaning up her mess in the city.
Well, that's fine. I was following you up until that point. The big vote where you only won by one was very exciting. I thought you were all screwed, to be totally honest. I was pleasantly surprised.
We do good work sometimes.
Well, I stopped paying attention to that because, well, that meant that once the deal was done, she failed on her end of the deal, which means I then had to take her spark, and then when I took her spark, she then had to, as I was holding it as collateral, and she had to go and not only get me more sparks, but also, had some other parts of our deals, which I did promise to keep secret, and since she's upheld her end of the deal finally, I will be continuing to keep them secret.
Did you have anything to do with the dragon?
You see it pause.
Anyway, I suppose I should be returning her spark.
Have anything to do with the dragon?
You just said that.
Yeah, and I didn't get an answer, so.
And I didn't answer you.
You have anything to do with the dragon?
Okay, maybe you are stupid.
Yeah, look. It's been said once, twice. Don't worry about it.
Let me lay it out for you. I just told you that they upheld their end of the bargain, which means I can't tell you anything, especially if it's related to the bargain.
Even if they're dead.
Dead?
Partially dead.
She's not dead. She might wish for it.
Oh, I'm talking
But
about the
I'm not going to
dragon.
allow that. Oh, the
Or-
dragon?
Yeah.
Ah. I could probably tell you that. Well, what do you count as alive or dead? What do you mean specifically?
I don't know anymore. You'd think a thing without organs would be dead.
Well, it had an existence.
Is that existence gone? Or is it still
Well-
existing sentiently?
Are your great-great-grandparents non-existent?
I don't know.
Well, they have to have existed for you to come into being, no?
Probably.
So, do they become non-existent now? That they're dead? Does dying make you not exist?
Look, we're all energy.
Look, I'm trying to answer your question. I just need to know your philosophy on things.
Okay.
You want to know if it's dead?
Is the dragon sentiently still in their body and able to move around and do things?
Not really, no.
Okay. Can we just
You-
kill Cora and be done with this?
You fucked them up pretty good. That dragon's
From
Wait,
what we
are you worried
understand,
that they'd be on the material plane? Is that what you're worried about?
Yeah, sure.
primarily?
But they're not. And,
Are they in a
I'm-
different plane?
Well, we established that this is a plane within a plane, so if this is a plane within a plane, this is a plane, so yes.
Oh, they're here?
Yes.
Puzzle Draft is here? Damn, okay. Don't worry about it. Right. So, like, what would it take to just let us go scot-free?
From what?
Well, currently, I'm owed 4 sparks. You're 4 sparks.
So you want us to give you 4 sparks? I mean, you can have chorus, that's 1.
No. I made a deal.
Yeah, sure.
I
but
give
if
her
we...
hers back, and
Uh-huh.
I let her be not quite so
Yucky?
just mostly gore.
Right.
She
But
gets to
then we
leave.
kill her, and then you get her.
Oh no! You don't get to kill her. She will leave, and then I have you and your sparks. If you wanted to keep your sparks, you're welcome to trade them for equal or more value.
Yeah, sure. Point me in a direction. Where am I going?
You'd have to leave your spark behind as collateral.
Oh, come on, man. I can't do my job without my spark. Probably.
That's what Cora had to do. If you want, you can make it better to you.
Sure. What do you got?
I gave you the best deal that I can think of. And to be totally honest, I think it's quite generous considering points that are Edric. That's mine.
Right. Can we just give up the person who gave it back to him? You know, they probably have more.
No.
Damn.
Considering only a few of them have gone missing, and now I've found one.
I don't want to have to give up my fucking spark.
Well, that being the case, we might actually be able to help you there.
What, you going to leave your spark behind and go fetch more sparks for me? I'm totally okay with that.
We might be able to retrieve the ones that you have lost. In
Yeah.
exchange for holding onto ours for a while.
It's just not worth it. I can slowly, but I will eventually track them down. Whereas I have your 4 right here, right now.
Do you have any, candidates?
No. That's your job.
Oh my god, you want us to do it? We're
Well,
busy.
It's either I kill you and I take your spark, or I hold onto your spark and you go get me 4 to replace it, or lesser ones if you find ones that are worth a lot of value, ones that I'd have like a fancy name plaque for.
Right. And will not having a spark affect us in any way?
So hold on, I can give. You know what? If you want ones that you could give me for your 4. There are a couple of sparks that I would consider a worthy trade, just by themselves.
Cool, who?
Mina Tallison.
Yep.
Yeah. What was his name? Sorry, it was her name. That's it. The Thalkine, is that what it was? The
Lich?
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
These guys said she was not fun. So, me, who else? Who else is on your list?
So that's pretty. What name did they go by when they spoke to you? Charles Dude?
Don't know who that is.
Good. Your companions do.
Yo, can we give him Charles Dude's spark? What's he like?
Halstint, you said.
Charles Dude.
Charles Dude.
Oh, Charles Doot, right.
Yeah, can we give him that spark? What's he like?
I think if we could, it would be a great honor.
He's a cunt.
Wait, did you say she? And then change it to he?
That was for Thalkine.
He
That was the
changed to
Falcon.
she for Thalkine.
Okay, good. Right. Okay. Charles Dude. Right, anyone else? List? And you sure you won't take Cora's?
I'll take Cora's father's.
He's the Pope.
Yeah,
I want
oh,
to go to
you're-
Bjorken.
yeah. No, I'm giving you efficient trades.
But we can't give you Cora's. Gonna kill her anyway.
You're going to kill her anyway. What?
Yeah.
I think I can spoil that part of the deal. She's going to get out of here fully intact.
Wait, what? Say that again?
She's going to get out of here fully intact. I'm going to be giving back her spark in a moment. And
Yeah,
then
she'll
sending
get
her
out
on her
of
way.
here.
You won't
Oh,
be
but
following
you
anytime
get out.
soon.
Don't do that. Don't worry about it. We made another deal. She's gonna die eventually. Cool. Mina. Theokine. That's it. And the Pope.
Yeah, Pope Eric. Oh, I got a good idea.
Mhm.
Yes.
Who else powerful and dangerous do you want to send us out?
I would make two, so you could do 1-for-1 trades. Instead of 1-for-4, you could do 1-for-1s.
Mm-hmm.
So if Annalisa was to get Honor Spark, give that to me. Well, that's 1-for-1. Edric, you could get me Mauritius. I'd let that be a 1-for-2. Get me that spark, yes. Is
There is clear anger on Aenari's faces.
You've got a few options, Ilsa.
Oh, well, yay. Play safe, buy low. Play safe, buy low. Play safe, buy low.
No, I think the Queen will do. Just fine.
Cool, so who's down for turning on main hotels on anyone? I'm kidding. Where do we find this Charles dude? Anyone know?
But while you think of that, I'm going to get Cora out of the way and then let you discuss things.
Yeah, can you hurry up? Cool, we're gonna place this game.
Walks over to like the plaque, grabs the little like crystal where it's like partially see-through on one side, the other side kind of like it's golden, almost like marble. Brings it over to Cora, who's at this point you can see the like mauled apart body is trembling as it gets close. Reaches up, puts the crystal in her hand. You see it shine. Just like brightly enough that like you have to like turn your head away, otherwise you probably go partially blind. When you look back, the crystal seems to be gone. And you can now hear a very raspy and tired, but very much it's Cora's voice, sobbing very softly.
Fair enough.
Ooh. Right. I forgot. You're very different as people before and after having the spark. Yes. God, blessed beings.
For reference, Ilza, being robbed of your spark robs you of most of your emotional capacity.
What's new? Cool.
Well, anyway, at that time she left, so...
Bye, Cora. See you soon.
Oh, I don't really...
You see them like kind of like they reach forward with their hands to like like they made like a grabbing motion, then kind of like thought better of it and stopped, and just like you'd see they are clearly like they do not want to get any of the blood or guts on them. And eventually just kind of like walk kind of up next to her, because even like they're a very short creature, like even while she's like hands and knees down. It's only barely taller. Kind of like reaches out with a foot and then just kind of goes and just kicks her in the shoulder. You see her, she kind of like slumps back and then just kind of like slips through the wooden floorboards behind her, just disappears into the ground. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, that was disgusting. But quite fun.
Right, so if you take our sparks, we're going to be just a motionless draw.
Well, only if you're weak of will.
Because here, my passion, my spirit, that's what gets jobs done. You want to hunt someone down?
I'm not really buying it, to be totally honest. See, I'm aware that that's not actually necessary for this. Because honestly, not having emotions is probably going to help you a lot. Because then you are probably going to be totally okay with those aforementioned names that I gave you. Make the job done a bit quicker. Because you won't care.
And how long will you keep
That
caring
sounds
about this collection?
easy.
You're for? Until my collection's done. Oh, you mean this collection of sparks? Until it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we always in this
And
fucking
how many-
situation?
How many other collections have you left unfinished?
You see, like, the furthest, like, closest thing to being upset so far was a mild frown earlier. You see the smile just completely drop off their face and just... Who told you?
There is no telling. You know who we are.
Kind of, like, glares and looks at you and just... Yes, it... Edric, Misha, you're calling yourselves Ainari at the moment. Without an insight check, you can see they have no fucking idea what you are. They, from the discussion so far you've gathered, it's kind of like watching you and like what your group has been doing. It's kind of been like occasionally watching a TV show, except it's more like they binged it on Netflix while falling asleep most of the time. So they know bits and pieces, and they've watched like some of the highlights. But outside of that, nah.
Yeah.
You did not see us at Mount Vengeance.
You went there?
Shit. I missed that. Anyway, who told you?
Again, there is no telling. We know. We have always known.
See their face screw up and just...
The
You're
Ruby Dragons have known of you for
Very
quite some time.
The ruby...
right. Right, you Ruby. Yeah, of course. Huh.
Speaking of collections I haven't completed, you've just reminded me.
There is a collection I didn't finish. It's missing 2 things.
Seems like that was because of drafts.
So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you time to discuss amongst yourselves what you're going to be doing going forward. And to be totally honest with you now, if you're calling yourselves Ainari, the Edric, you can go. The Misha stays. Okay? So, I will let you all go, except Misha. You leave your sparks behind, go get the ones to replace, you come back, and then I will give you your sparks back. Alright? So you discussed how you want to go about it, or if you've got a better offer or anything like that. I'll give you some time to think about it. I've got some things to look into, and turns and he looks at Misha. Collections to go check.
Should not have mentioned the dragon. Uh-oh.
Reaches out and gestures again, and you see the slightly, like, the walls and doors that were, like, very, like, little bit there, just completely fade. You kind of, like, reach out with your hand, like, any of you that were, like, near a door or a wall. Your hands just pass through now. They turn about on one of their heels, walk over towards a door that you previously couldn't see because it was outside of your line of sight. Obviously, if you turn around and looked at it previously, you hear it open. You see them walk through it, and then slam shut behind them.
Well, Edric, I really think you need to stop mentioning the dragon thing. I really just don't think it scares people. I'm pretty sure you just fucked with your friend.
The moment it is us. We are both.
Right, both. So I really don't want to give my spark thing over, since you guys kind of told me what it is. I kind of want to keep that. Also, I like my emotions most of the time. Some of the time.
Yeah,
Would
I'm
like to keep it.
not on the idea either.
Right, so we all agree we're gonna try and figure out how the fuck to get out of here, because I'm out of character, in character, don't want to fucking make a deal with this thing.
He
I
left
would
us in the
rather
room
not.
with all the sparks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck trying to touch them.
So the room itself, it's got a lounge, a large lounge, a coffee table. There's a couple of, like, other armchairs in here, as a very fancy painting of the being that you've just been speaking to, that you know of as the Collector. They haven't given you any other name or introduced themselves to you at this point. The painting that you see is a painting of them. And as you look at it, the painting gradually shifts and the scene keeps changing. And it's always that being kind of like the front and center of what's going on. It's like putting them as the hero of, like, the story, and then the painting keeps, like, changing to, like, different stories and different, like, climactic moments, like them slaying a dragon. It's them being at the top of, like, Mount Vengeance and, like,
So it's like a Windows
leaping into
screensaver.
the thing. Yeah, it's kind of like a Windows screensaver. You do notice, however, the dragon that's being slain is very clearly a ruby dragon.
Cool. So you guys
Which means he might have the others.
potentially.
There's a golden plaque that have, like, names on, like, all the other things, and, like, all these other things are named or, like, told what they are. The painting is also named. There's a golden plaque at the bottom, and engraved in the golden plaque is Adventures of Ingratius.
Ingracious, what a name. I'm just gonna start
Okay.
investigating while Edric looks for sparks.
You know, like, I'm guessing there's some sort of barriers over the sparks themselves, so they can't be accessed, right?
Are you gonna try? They're in, like, a little glass dome.
Okay. Annalisa has gone. Be right back. Okay.
If you're asking her to vortex warp them, they can't be vortex warped. They're not creatures.
They're not creatures. Yes. No. It's more like I want to be taking actions that could fuck over the entire party when the entire party isn't here.
How about you simply just do it?
That's what I do.
You don't need to have everybody's permission.
What you want to do, Eric?
You're not. What you're doing right now is not going out of your way to grief anyone over or anything like that. You're not doing something that's clearly a bad decision. You want to see what happens. In this room, out of like points of interest, there's the painting, those, and everything else is just like a really lavish, rich, like a incredibly wealthy place. You've been in a couple of them while being in Castle, or like rich kind of things. It's just the difference between this and that is sorry, I will just make it clear. Their name is Ingratius. Like, that is enough that you can work out. In this place, Ingratius taste is very much shiny, golden. Like, it's...
Gaudy rich.
Well, it's not so much gaudy. Like, there is a sense of style to it. Except that the sense of style always has to flaunt wealth. Wealth is number one priority in like any of this kind of thing. It's got to look fancy. It's got to look like it costs a lot. Look like it's really rare.
Alright. Well, moving towards the sparks themselves, we know that sparks are generally drawn to each other, or at least people who have them are. Do they react to our presence at all?
They shine a little bit brighter when you go near them. But that's about it.
Bit brighter, okay. Yes, hey, if there is a possibility to just fucking absorb them, supercharge ourselves, and bust out of here.
That thought did cross my mind. We might just kill ourselves trying to do it, but...
What you are aware, you can only have one spark at a time.
Yeah.
Mortals
I would say also,
yeah.
while you're over here, like looking at them and inspecting them, you can see a actual new shelves slowly forming in the wall. And like at the end of this thing, you see them like kind of like shift over, and some new like shelving pop out, glass doming forming over the top of it, and a plaque appearing.
With each of our names on them, yeah.
Very slowly, with all of your names appearing on them.
Okay. Yeah, we have limited time. Wait, we need to get out of school. He's just gonna take us.
Yeah.
Do you have a way to escape from another plane?
Hell no!
Neither do I.
Cool. Yeah, but at least if we get out of here in like his plane and
I would say at this point, one of you is going to hear a voice in your head. I'm just trying to work out who would be contacted.
oh, they found the cart. Roll the dice.
Actually, no, this would be using the band of communication as a focal point. So all three of you hear it.
Damn.
Astarion's
Okay.
voice.
Oh hey, it's Darian.
Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you all?
Stuck in a demi-plane by someone that was trying to take our sparks.
A plane within a plane.
Whoa, okay. I missed a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
It wants our sparks. The thing that's trapping us here.
Don't
It
they all?
has a fucking wall of them with names.
Can you steal them?
And owe this dude more sparks?
What do you mean owe them sparks?
Oh, he's just saying that we owe him.
Ah, fuck that guy.
True.
Yeah. So, do these just look like glass? They don't look like they're reinforced at all?
Yeah, just look like glass. Really thin glass, actually.
Pick it up. Try it out, Edric. Inari. Give it a go. I
You
see
want
you
to
eyeing
go?
it.
What's...
Looking at the sparks. Don't worry, Darren. You got a way to get us out while we do this? Good luck.
I need more information on your part.
A dude called Ingratius, tiny little fat and super powerful.
Also called the Collector, had a connection with Cora as well.
Yeah.
Made a deal with her.
A check on behalf of Astarion.
Edric. Do it.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, cool. Great. Well, we're trying to get out. Just wait for us.
Can I help?
I don't know. Can you? Can you shift planes?
That's a good question. Can Astarion shift planes? Do druids get plane
I'm all
shift?
for touching it, but if there's
don't
an
know.
alarm and that fucker just comes straight back in, we're fucked.
Yeah, and we fucked anyway. We don't...
I would like to see if there is a possibility of Astarion helping us before I do this.
No, don't worry. What level spells can he have?
It is a level 7 spell. So
Oh,
he has
he's
level
got
6.
levels.
Yes.
Plane shift. Yeah.
Yeah, it also requires a fork attuned to this plane as well. You can't just plane shift wherever you want.
Mhm.
So
That is true.
he wouldn't be able to do it anyway. Well, let's investigate. I'm rummaging.
Okay, there are drawers and like some like chest things on the wall and stuff like that. Going through the, like walking over, like you start rummaging through them. And just a collection of a bunch of different odds and ends. Make an
I'm just
investigation
trying to
check.
find a way out. I just want a way
Yeah.
out.
There might
I
be
wanna
something
force
in
it.
here that can help us, yeah?
There's
I'll
a
also
there is
do
a
some
window on the back, window on the opposite
Mhm.
wall to the wall that has all the sparks, and it just seems to be leading out to a bright white.
Yeah.
Like there's light coming in, but it's just like a bright white nothingness, as far as you can see.
Great.
And there's 2 other doors, one that they went out and a door that leads somewhere else.
And investigation's an 18.
Investigation 18. Okay.
Yeah. Reliable talent, but what?
Okay.
I did roll a 4.
Annalise is like looking around stuff. There's nothing like immediate about how to get out. Like obviously your investigations comes like you do know some stuff. Actually, you would have advantage on this. So you're looking for a way to leave a plane. This is
Okay, I'll
something that
roll
you
again.
have previously. Yeah, just with your history.
No!
Okay.
The 18!
Unfortunately, there's nothing you can immediately see around you that might clue you into something. And obviously, you don't know how to make a demi-plane, so you're not sure how to break a demi-plane either.
Yeah.
Ilzy look through like some of these drawers stuff. It's just a bunch of random crap, essentially. Like there's quill pens, normal pens. For some reason, the ballpoint pen. Those haven't even been invented yet. They just apparently someone had, and somehow this guy got a hold of them and then went, that's not really interesting, and tossed it in a drawer. There's I would say you probably found about 3,000 gold worth of jewelry and gems in there.
Yeah, we're just leaving that, don't care.
Okay. Like it's just expensive, like some expensive things in there. Make an Arcana check. I'm not sure if you would recognize, and if something in here was particularly magical or.
23.
Apparently, you would recognize if anything in here is magical.
Well, it's a natural 19, so...
Like, look through, and you sit there. It's like, okay, how do you travel between planes? You need, like, well, if you have that
scroll?
spell, okay. Well, I don't think Astarion's capable of doing that. Maybe if there's a scroll that does it. Well, it does have to. Sometimes they need an ingredient. They need like a fork. Oh yeah, like this one. You have a tuning fork.
Wow,
that you
Cool,
picked
and
up.
now I need the spell.
With a 23,
Mm-hmm.
this is a tuning fork that isn't attuned to this plane. This is a tuning fork that lets you just plane shift.
Wow. Cool. Hey, Edric, you want to touch that thing now? This thing is probably might work.
You have no idea how to use it.
You don't know how to use it? You're staring. You ever used one of these things before and explain what it is?
I know what a tuning fork does and how they work. Is there like an instruction somewhere?
Instruction manual.
It did not come with an instruction manual, oddly
Is
enough.
there something written on it? Any kind of like
Is
magical
it written?
words or something written on it?
That is a good
Ah,
question.
look it over.
It seems to just be like it's a completely just a metal tuning fork.
Or it's a tuning fork. What do you mean is there something written on it?
Well,
Maybe I ding it on something.
at the moment, the only reason
Yeah.
you currently know it's magical it is while you're holding it. I should
Thrumming with
point out
power?
it is not thrumming with power. It is constantly making a tune. It has not stopped making a sound.
Maybe I hit it on something, you know, with like a tuning fork, like that. I'm not going to do it until we're ready to leave, just in case. We can figure it out.
Astarian's like, I don't think that'll do anything. Maybe. Hold on. Astarian will do an Arcana check as well. What's Astarian's Arcana bonus? Oh, it's quite good. That shouldn't activate it. They usually
Okay, then what
They
the
usually
fuck
have to
will-
require a word that activates it.
Okay, I'm gonna keep looking if there's paper with a fuck word on it.
I'm also
Maybe
trying to assist with this.
it's meant to do shift between planes. Maybe
I say a plane.
maybe a word for a plane in a particular language would work.
Look, we could try, but
I just
could we,
imagine like you just casually go material and just disappear,
But this is what
and you have
I'm
like
saying,
no way of coming back because you don't know what this one's called.
Sure.
That would
Can
be
we
very funny.
brainstorm what to do with this thing? Is there a piece in the drawer I found it in?
No, there isn't.
Great.
Astarian will recommend that you do like try and make it ring.
Okay, yeah, sure. Guys, are we ready to go? I try this works.
Keep a hold of each other.
Yeah, you guys grab on.
I'm grabbing on.
Okay, you'll grab on.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
How are you bringing it? Are you smacking against your hand, against like something?
No, against
wooden?
against
stone.
something that has a, solid enough that it'll.
Okay.
Ding it.
Okay. If I try and grab one of the
I'm thinking of the
spark,
material plane.
yeah. If I try to grab one of the spark crystal things and you hit it against that,
If there's any magic on it, what if the
I-
magics do
I
something?
do have maybe an idea.
it just takes us to the celestial
Okay,
plane.
well,
on-
we'll try this, and if this doesn't work,
Yeah.
go ahead. We need it. Oh god, Ashton, don't worry about it.
Elixir's here.
No, Elixir's not here. Elixir's dead.
So, I'm tinging it. Ting.
Okay, so it goes. And it makes one sound and then begins shifting between like octaves of sound, and it gradually keeps like, and then once it reaches kind of like a peak of things, then I don't know if you guys have ever heard the sound that's like it's the like effect of like you always hear the sound increasing in pitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It is constantly just increasing in pitch, which is
Got it.
very much like not what a tuning fork's supposed to do. It's quite literally the opposite of what a tuning fork's
Yes.
supposed to do.
And I think of the material plane or something.
Oh
And-
yeah, no, I'm trying my best to think of the material plane and not let. I shouldn't have done this. It shouldn't have been. It was.
Okay. As you do so, it kind of like heats up a little bit in your hand, and you can now see at the joining point between the handle and the actual like split where it goes into the fork, there is a maker's mark that appears.
Huh?
And it's a signature in very small writing. It says Ingratius.
Of course.
You look a little closer, and you see Ingratius has actually like embeveled their signature over the actual creators.
Oh my god. What a dick. He's so jealous of everyone.
I would say do an investigation check.
Okay.
So, by the way, you've all grabbed onto each other. Nothing has happened. Like, you're not getting the feeling that anything is going to happen. I'll say with the 23 on your Arcana, you're pretty sure that the fact that it's currently changing its pitch means it's not currently tuned to something. And you need to find a way to tune it.
Okay, cool. What am I doing? Investigation?
Investigation, yeah.
18 plus 8.
So 26, okay. You look at like embevel and you can see like that. You could see obviously it's scribbled over, but it's very hard to make out the different letters behind it. You kind of like look at it for a while and you're like, well, this could be like these kind of letters. These could be this kind of letters. It could be this script. And you know a lot of different languages.
Yeah.
And you do actually eventually work out who made it. Now I've got to get their fucking names. You'd actually succeed.
Don't worry, I'm not telling anyone, so just in case it's in the language they don't know how to speak.
It's more like you yourself in your mind are going through a bunch of different languages,
yeah.
and then eventually just like, oh, this is not that complicated. It's
Common? Estonian?
there's no common.
Estonian, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
Well, Estonian's not common either.
Elvish?
Yeah, it is
Put
in
in.
Elvish.
Oh, that's fine, they know it.
And I have forgotten the name of the. See off the top of my head, so I have to quickly look them up.
Does
Sorry.
it matter?
You'll recognize the name.
Uh-oh. Me Chelsea or me Ilza?
You, Chelsea. Your characters may know of them.
Okay.
Is
Is this the elf, yeah, the fuck, where is session notes, downtime notes, Tremaine? Otis Tremaine? The dude who wrote the Sludge book?
Yes. Yes.
God damn, I'm good.
Otis Tremaine. Yes.
Otis.
Otis. Yes.
Otis.
Not Otis. Sorry. Otis.
Oda Tremaine.
Yes.
Have I got
Okay. Tremendous odor. Alrighty.
Yes. That is the actual signature that's on it.
That's crazy. Alessa would know that name.
For you, it's in Elvish.
Yeah. Wow, name in English, that's crazy. So we have to tune this on something? Do we think like
You get the
like-
idea that it needs to be tuned to actually use it.
Okay, how do we know how to tune it with my 20 whatever?
Okay. Yeah.
No, you would have no idea. I can like rule out some like ideas that definitely wouldn't work, but you've never used one in your life.
Do we just have to tune it on something that's from the material?
That could work. Like
Yeah,
that's
Okay,
not that's
guys.
not a silly
Oh.
idea. Yeah,
Let's get
Yeah.
something from material plane.
yeah.
Literally any of our equipment.
So, one of the things I know from real life that tuning forks are used on
Mm-hmm.
are clocks.
Mm-hmm.
Would there
Good
anything about my new body, essentially, or the new stuff that I've got in me that would resemble something like that? Or work like something like that?
Yes.
On the outside of the body or on the inside of the body?
Definitely not the outside.
Yeah, we're not digging out your guts.
Annalise is willing to do it.
Hell no, let's try other stuff first.
I don't
Yeah, we
even
just-
have
To
a
do
lot
what
of time.
you're suggesting, would be grabbing essentially the hilt of the tuning fork and making it touch the part that's now installed next to your heart, which would just be punching a hole through your chest.
Yeah, but I'd live, right?
As long as they didn't miss, yeah.
Cool. Let's try and just
I
tap
missed.
this on something from the material plane, guys.
If she really wouldn't just, I don't know.
Don't miss.
It's like, it's fine, just don't miss. It's like,
I'm here to absorb all the bad luck.
I'm just gonna tap it. Can I just tap it on my temporal bracelet? That's from the material plane. It's metal. I'm thinking.
Okay, you bring it out and you kind of like bring it to your temporal bracelet. Like, you just kind of smack it against, kind of just tings. Nothing
Anything?
changes.
Oh,
Ting it against like a person? Like ting it against me, for example.
Smack her
I
in the tit
don't
with
know
it.
if you're weird stuff. Huh?
I'm from the material plane.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, ting it against Annalisa's head. Ting.
Kind of hurts. That's sharp metal. Like, I don't know if you've ever actually bonked your head with a tuning fork. I have. It hurts.
Anything?
Nothing happens.
Oh my god.
But
I'm
if nothing else works, you might
not
be able
stabbing
to...
you in the chest.
You hear Asterion over the band of communication. I think that'd work.
Yeah, is there anything
Yeah,
else you think would work, Astarion?
Yeah, Astarion thinks it would work, and we've been friends for ages, and he doesn't seem to have a problem with it. So why do you...
What? No. I have a problem with it.
You shut up!
I'm the medical expert. None of you are.
I'm pretty good at stabbing people.
You're going to be able to miss the heart by a couple of centimeters.
Look, normally I'm trying to hit the heart. So I know where it is.
Yeah, just don't hit mine, please.
Is there anything else we can think of before we stab Annalisa in the chest?
Well, did you find anything else about the? This is
I'm
Astarion.
looking!
Did you find anything else
I'm gonna
on the tuning fork?
A name, Otis Tremaine. Mean anything to you?
Astarian's quiet,
You're
like
right.
quiet for a bit, and then you hear like, the elf.
Yeah.
You get the feeling you're hearing half of a conversation.
Is Otis Tremaine's name on the wall?
Maybe his sparks here.
Otis Tremaine's name is not on the wall.
No. Okay.
Damn.
I think Alessa's mentioned him to you guys, by the way.
Yeah, actually, no, I think she did.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Specifically, because he wrote the book with Charles.
Mm-hmm. Co-authored something with Charles Duke, as well as
Yep.
knew
The
about the
slime
Grey
book.
Goo. Yeah,
Hmm.
the only study ever done on them.
Well, I mean, she's assuming it's Charles Duke because the initials CD.
Yes, sorry, yes, you are right. That was the whole thing. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, the elf. Anything?
Any of you speak Elven?
Yes.
Oh,
Does Astarion speak Elven? Nope.
I speak it.
Okay. With assistance.
Don't speak much, but I speak this.
Okay, Astarion got a natural 20 and an Arcana check.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Fantastic.
let's fucking go. My
Yeah.
bro.
Uh,
My man.
It'll be Elven for the way to activate it anyway. Would be something in Elven. Would mean. Well, in Estoyan it'd be a bit more simple, but in Elven it would be something more along the lines of. take me away to my new place.
Can I specify the place? Will it just take me somewhere?
Well, no, you still need to tune it.
How the fuck? I don't want to stab her in the chest. Yet.
Well, I don't have anything better at the moment. I'm sorry, I can't think of anything.
Okay, Annalisa, whack. I'm stabbing Annalisa in the chest.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Just turning, okay, Annalisa, and then thunk.
Yeah.
I would say that Annalisa, this is definitely going to catch you by surprise. It is just out of nowhere.
We need to count to 3. Nine.
There's no
Yes.
counting.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, Annalisa, okay, what? Thunk! Ah!
I'm giving up. I've given up pretending to care. Stab time.
Make an attack.
Okay. Is this just a normal attack?
You do not have proficiency with tuning forks, unfortunately.
Really? But they're so similar to daggers.
No.
Okay,
in fact,
so what
this
do
would
I
be
add?
this would count as an improvised weapon,
So, what
so
do
you
I
don't
add?
have proficiency.
Just
But
dex,
you
yeah.
are being dexterous, so this would just be a dexterity check. That would come under the same.
Ooh, I don't think I'll be able to make a dex check against Annalisa's armor. I have to do pretty good.
You have
Part of
advantage.
my armor class is just dodging. I am not trying to dodge this.
Reflexively, you would,
Okay, fair
because
enough.
she has not warned you at all. Jesus Christ.
There you go. 23?
Can you also give me a medicine
Decent.
check, please?
Uh-oh. Okay. But... I'm gonna roll this
It's okay.
one,
You've
not
got
that
3
one.
inspiration.
Oh, okay. What's my medicine? 17? Do we think 17's good enough? I only have a +1. I'm not gonna be able to roll much better.
She's not asking me.
Do we want me to try?
I mean, the problem is, like, do you still keep the 17 if you roll a worse roll? Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well then,
Okay.
It's advantage.
I would say at the very least.
I'll try again.
Give it a
I'll
shot.
try
Yeah,
again.
Yeah.
I think it might be like a 20 DC 20.
Oh, 18. So I did roll better.
Okay, well.
But-
I can't hear the nat 20 18. I rolled a 17. +1, 6, 18.
You don't want to use any more
yeah, we might
inspiration?
be-
You happy with that?
No, 18. Sorry, bud.
You sure you want the 18?
Yep. I shouldn't be the one
18 is
doing a
pretty
medicine
good in
check,
this
bro.
grand sch- 18 is pretty good in the grand scheme of things.
Yes,
I
18
mean,
is a
look,
good
It
fucking.
might
but-
get you guys out even if it kills me.
Exactly. Worth
Oh,
the risk. It was said.
Annalise is kind of fine with it.
Now, was that? Now I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Was this like Annalisa was off doing something else? You walk up behind her and did it to the back, or she was facing you and you just turned and went thunk?
Let's be honest. It was probably. I feel like we were just standing next to each other because, like,
Yeah, because we had our hands.
I was in the front.
yeah.
And Annalisa's we were probably looking in the same direction. I just turned away. Whack.
Okay. Okay.
Look, stabbing you in the heart's better than severing your spinal cord. So,
Not by much.
no, not by much, but it's fine. We'll get you to a Starian.
Well, I mean, stabbing you in the heart is near instant death. Spinal cord is just you're paralyzed from the waist down.
True. Well, we'll find out.
Okay. So you're happy with
Me
the
making
18?
medicine checks isn't good. Yep.
I think living with the paralysis would be
Okay.
worse.
I
Annalisa,
can't roll much higher than that.
Yep.
Roll
you
against
hear?
it, forgotten.
It's like, all right, Annalisa, and then you see the fist with the tuning fork flying straight towards your chest. You bring your hands up and like try to dodge yourself out of the way. She's already prepared for that, and you feel as the hilt of this thing slams straight into your chest, right next to your sternum. You feel your rib cage break
Oh,
because it did not slip between the two. It shatters one of the ribs.
ugh.
Luckily, that moves it just off center.
Ooh.
Because an 18's good.
Yeah.
And just enough to have been able to aim for the right thing. But with the
Still got a broken rib,
23, it's still like you're breaking the rib and stuff, and it's like knocked a little bit off center. So it's a little bit of luck and a little bit of knowledge. You miss her heart entirely. However, she did just puncture a hole in your lungs, quite a thick hole in your lungs. And she did also essentially punch you in the chest. So, 1, you've been punched in the boob. 2, you've got a hole in your lung. 3, you've just been punched in the chest, so it probably winded you in that regard. So you have the wind knocked out of you, and breathing's not an option. However, the tuning fork is now making a constant sound. Did I lag? I hope I didn't. I think I did.
No,
on my
I heard
end.
that.
Okay.
Constant.
Yeah, it's making a. It's not doing the raising sound. It is a steady tone now.
Okay, I'm like, grab on, everyone.
Alrighty. We're doing like a
I'm grabbing Annalisa.
yeah, kind of drag her over to the wall a bit. I want to at least grab one of these sparks before we go.
Ilza, can you
Yep.
roll your sneak attack damage, please?
Ooh. Okay. It's not
Yeah,
that bad.
this would do
Sneak attack.
damage.
Here we go. It
Yeah.
is.
I'll walk it off.
We're going to a star, it's fine.
66. That's not that bad. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, that's a big roll.
Of course, it's a big roll when it's against a friend.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry. Not sorry.
What's your dex?
My dex?
Yeah.
6.
Okay, so +9. So you take 37 points of piercing damage.
Ah, that's fine.
That's not even that
Uh,
bad.
So just so you know, if that hit your heart, that would have been doubled.
I still wouldn't be dead.
You then would have started bleeding out very, very quickly.
Quickly, yeah.
Because you wouldn't have
Don't
had
worry
much
about
of a heart left.
Yeah.
It's fine because she regenerates.
Yes, she does.
This damage will
But
probably outpace it.
it's at a certain rate.
Yeah.
We have
Okay.
healing potions, right?
Uh,
Alright.
So at the moment, by the way, you aren't regenerating because, as far as I'm aware, Ilza has not removed it from your chest yet.
Yeah. That's fine.
Can I? Do I think I can?
Probably don't want to just yet.
It's
Yeah,
up to
that's
you.
what I'm thinking. I'm literally teleporting us immediately. As soon as everyone grabs on, we're gone.
Okay, Edric, is Edric ducking over and grabbing one of the sparks?
Misha's body will
Misha's body
use
will?
like the clawed gauntlet just to try and crush the glass, grab the thing inside.
Okay, she reaches over to crush the glass, and as she kind of gets a grip on it, the glass just slips off to the side. It is just kind of gently placed there. There's no setup for it. There's nothing holding the glass there.
Just oh, that was. Wow, he is cocksure. Okay, we grab the.
Do
yeah,
we want to
grab the
piss him
spark.
off more than we already are?
You've grabbed the spark.
I'm not sure that's possible.
As soon as you grab it, you then you can hear pretty far away, probably down hallways and stuff.
Yeah.
You can hear. You touched it! You little bastards!
I
You can
told
hear. You can hear them. You can hear even down there. It is sprinting. Much faster than the legs you expected. Like you expect a certain pace at a sprint, probably 3 or 4 times as fast with the steps. Just brrrr,
I'm teleporting.
the steps along the ground. Okay.
Okay.
You speak the Elven
Yep.
language to activate it. Takes a moment, and nothing happens.
He's hoping it takes us to the material plane.
Nothing happens. The door opens.
And we go. Amazing.
Ingratius gets into the room, has a look around, sees that you've broken the thing, kind of tries to get a quick layout of the room, sees the tuning fork, and goes, "Oh no," and you disappear.
Oh shit.
You'll reappear, just kind of landing on the ground, all of you standing there. You still holding the tuning fork inside of Adelisa's chest, the rest of you still grabbing on. You're in a forest of some kind.
Normal looking forest?
Okay.
I would say all of you are actually familiar enough with
Astoyan
these
Woods.
types of trees. You are not in Ostoya.
Oh, fuck. Where are we?
This would be... You would be just outside. Just like looking around from where you are, like probably a good like 10 meters away, you can actually see a large lake. You
Billboard.
are just outside of Altenheim, the capital of the Burek Empire.
Oh,
And
fuck.
that's where we're going to leave tonight's session.
Is that because it was me? Is that
Yes.
because it was it was the god damn it.
More longer.
I know, but it's 11:30, and hopefully
I
we're gonna
would-
have
I
Doug
would-
back soon. Yeah.
Well, the fucking Doug's in another fucking country.
He
has
can
tree strike.
plant walk. Yeah.
He's got transport by plants.
Yep.
Doug can get here.
I would just
And
like
then we can
personally-
leave, hopefully.
I would like to give a personal shout out to Crash 3 Warped and Dr. Entropy boss fight for letting me know that tuning force are a thing related to clocks. Otherwise, I would not know that information.
Oh,
Well, hopefully
shit.
next week, Doug will be back, and then we can go back and not stay in the Burek Empire, because I feel like that's a bad idea.
Nah, we can go see my family. See what's up.
They're
So
on the
wait,
other side of the
which-
Burek Empire.
Yeah, which... Wait, you said we were... Where from Altenheim? East or west?
Literally on the lake somewhere.
Yeah.
Just outside
Which is,
of Altenheim.
yeah, which is just a little bit north.
You would
Okay.
be on the western side of the lake,
Because of course we are.
I think. No, eastern
Okay.
side of the lake. Sorry, my bad. Eastern
East
side of the
side.
lake.
Okay.
East side of the lake.
Cool. Well, hopefully
Okay.
Astoria knows a tree here, and we can just not stay.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go raid...
Raid.
Hentai Tensai. Adrian.
Ah, okay.
Dog.
Yep.
Zenpai.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, spot a friend.
and Sensei.
And we'll be back at the very least next week.
Tomorrow.
Look, as much as I would love it.
Back tomorrow, guys. Same time, same place. Maybe a
Please.
bit earlier.
Please stop.
Maybe all day.
Like, I have Dave.
We'll tell them that you're busy.
When's our next IRL session, guys?
We'll organise that. Anyway, thank you very much to those who did tune in. If you want to make sure that you know when we go live, chuck a follow me on Twitter, join the Discord,
You mean
or just open up my stream like every 30 minutes to see if I've gone live. I'm happy with any of those. You could also just leave it open as a tab in the background.